Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nothing But Games podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Matt, and I am joined by both Mike and Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Delay? A little bit?
A little delayed on that.
You didn't answer my question. I said, what is up?
What's up? All right.
What's up, dog?
What's up, bitch?
Nice.
Starting the podcast off strong.
Oh, yeah.
So, I apologize. We missed a week. We were all recovering
We
from...
missed a couple of weeks.
We were all recovering.
It was 1 week.
If we count E3, it was
Yeah. We were recovering from
we
E3.
put one out that week.
that year, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't put one
No,
out.
we didn't.
Oh, wait.
We got back
that
on the
was
Friday.
the same week, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we got back on the Friday super late, and then...
We were just basically dead.
Yeah,
all of us.
yeah.
Like, I don't think I left my room for like the next
No.
3 days.
Yeah.
It was just not happening.
Jet lag hit me so hard
Just didn't
on,
want
I
to
think,
see
Sunday.
any of your faces anymore.
Yeah,
Basically.
And then the next week we were dealing with some personal issues. Other than that, we are back. We are good.
We're all alive.
Yep.
Ready to podcast it up.
Jet lag. How was that?
Not fun.
Nothing. It was
No.
like 3 hours.
Really? You didn't feel
Well, it
anything?
was a 3-hour time difference from
No,
where
I
we
know.
are.
It didn't affect me super badly, except for one day I couldn't fall asleep until around 5 a.m. And then...
Well, that's every day for me. So.
Yeah, I know.
Well, for some reason, like, you know me, how I usually like fall asleep at about 5 a.m. and wake up at like 3 p.m. But for me, when I got back, I was falling asleep at like 11 to 12 at night, and then waking up at around like 10 a.m. like a normal human.
Wow.
That had to stop. So
Marcus.
I'm getting things back.
That's
to
jet
super late.
lagged. That's Marcus, that's major
Like, for
jet lag
me,
for
like,
this guy.
I was operating like a normal human on a normal human sleep
Craziness.
schedule.
How did Marcus's jet lag fix
Yeah.
him?
It's not supposed to work like that. It's supposed to work the other way.
Maybe it was
supposed to
the
mess you
like I normally drink about 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, but when I was there, I didn't drink anything. So
I don't know.
well, no, I drank. I didn't drink water.
Then again,
coffee.
though, to be fair, you did pass out around 6 o'clock every day for a nap.
Well, that was Mike.
No, that was.
I didn't really.
You could ask this guy.
I didn't really sleep.
Every single time we got back to the
Mike
hotel,
would
it's gone.
like I won't say
It's
many
gone.
things, but like Mike would just like fall asleep. Maybe it sounded like he was awake, but he wasn't. He did some questionable things in his sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say, you going to tell them about that, or...
It was just random. Like we'd get back around like 6 o'clock, and then within about like 15 minutes, he was already like face deep inside of his pillow. And then like every like 10 minutes or so, he would get up. He would say some random words to me, and I'm thinking he's awake, and I'm trying to communicate with him, but he was never actually awake. He would go straight back to sleep.
That's
Let me ask you a
amazing.
question, so just so they get it, because I know the answer to this. When you mean get up, did he physically get out of bed?
He would like get up as if like Dracula would get out of a coffin, and then like look around. I remember once he like scrambled to the window and opened the curtains and then went back. Then he would maybe say something to me, or he would look at me very intently, like straight into my eyes. I would say something, but he would ignore me and go back into the pillow.
I don't remember any of this, which is the funniest part.
It's funny because for nobody will believe us, but no drugs or alcohol was consumed on this trip.
Nothing.
Mike is just retarded.
Basically. And I don't disbelieve anything he says. Like, I totally believe
Yeah.
it all happened,
Oh, yeah.
which is the funniest part.
I learned that I snore, apparently. So I've never been the one to snore. Everybody at home tells me I don't snore.
Maybe everyone snores in your house, so
I know my
So,
dad
yeah, so
snores.
you found out.
My dad snores and my brother snores. But when I would like fall asleep downstairs or whatever,
Well, that's more of a lighter sleep, so you don't really, like,
no,
start snoring.
no, I just pass out straight up, just gone.
Fair.
Yeah.
I know,
This
I
is-
definitely snore. You're going to ask this guy, I definitely
Yeah.
snore.
I feel like I kind of heard it, but it didn't really bother me that much.
It was. I think Marcus was more focused on the fact of, hey, Marcus, what?
Yeah, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't even like think about trying to record anything.
I wish you did. That would be so funny.
It would have been amazing. It would have been great to add in that E3 video. It's fine. Other than that,
Yeah. Fun stories from LA.
fun stories from
With,
LA. This is the After E3 podcast. Slightly late, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Slightly.
Just a little bit.
Quick piece of news. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System Mini Classic, whatever the hell you want to call it, is
Thingamabobber.
coming out September 27th. Who the hell cares? A lot of people. Anyway, that's
You
our
were
news
talking
for this
about
week.
you were talking about how excited you were before,
am
and now you're
excited.
like trying to be all chill.
I just want to
You're
get
trying
to
to
the
be a
good
cool
stuff. I want to
dude.
get to the the E3
You said
stuff.
the
So
good stuff. All the E3 stuff has been talked about to death.
No.
Well,
Not from us.
are we gonna talk about SNES or are we gonna go to E3 because
Listen.
I got stuff on both.
What?
What are we gonna talk about?
E3.
You guys are confusing me.
E3. E3. We need to talk about
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yes,
Electronics.
2017. First time it's open to the public in a very long time.
Who knows if it'll happen again?
It probably will.
Yeah, it made them a lot of money.
60,000 people.
As our hotel host nicely told us about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, it is. All right. Anyway, moving on. So, Getting Down was fantastic. 5-hour plane ride.
I watched Logan on the plane ride there.
How was that?
Splendid movie.
I passed the hell out.
Oh yeah, I was gonna watch. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Logan with you too, Mike, and then I just fell asleep.
I
like-
remember
yeah.
turning around and I look over. I'm like, "Hey, Mark." Oh, this guy's passed the hell out. I look over at Anth, and he's just like, "What's up?" But best part is, I said, "What's up?" He was passed the hell out too. I'm just like, "What's happening?"
Did you see Crispy at any point of that flight?
No.
Literally every single second I looked, he was asleep.
Oh, okay.
Every single second of that flight.
Yeah. Oh, for the first or the second
No,
one?
the first one.
Oh yeah, the first one. I think him and I both slept.
Yeah,
We were
the
both
majority of the
together.
time, yeah.
And then we both woke up at the same time and started watching Modern Family together.
Yeah, that was so right. It was synced up too. You guys like
Yeah.
the same part.
So the best part about it is I got up because I was absolutely dying going there, and I needed to just stand up. So I walk around. I look over. Marcus with his $400 Audio Technica headphones for some apparent reason. I don't know why. I'm just sitting there, just
Not
like,
$400.
oh my! But there's like the highest quality of headphones. You're sitting there just listening. I'm
I
just
needed
like,
to bring headphones. I didn't want to wear my earbuds.
straight. I'm just sitting. I'm just like, oh, I'm astonished. This guy, he literally just,
Call me out.
I am calling you out.
Everyone's gonna just rob me now whenever they see me.
basically,
Thinking
I
I'm
would.
rich.
Yeah,
It's probably a good idea.
I will.
We should do that later tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
You're gonna, pass out and then say something in your sleep.
Right.
again.
I'll distract him with my sleep talking, and then
Perfect.
and then you'll jump on. Genius.
So
Nice.
let's talk about these conferences.
Talk about all these games.
Yep, all the games.
So much.
So
to talk about.
we'll start with EA.
Can we not start with EA?
Electronic Arts.
How was that? I didn't watch it. It was whatever.
I went back after and I watched like the main highlights of it, and it was just like whatever.
So there were a lot of times where it was super cringy, and I know they had a couple guests and whatever, and they were just an absolute disaster.
Did you? I don't know if you saw the EA Play conference. They
Yeah, I
had
watched
that.
it.
They
I
had.
watched
Okay,
everything.
you remember that like developer and YouTuber guy, like the
Yeah,
YouTube
it was,
exchange.
Jesse from Prank vs.
Like how
Prank.
bad was that?
He forgot all of his lines, or if it's scripted or not. He
No,
just
I
had
think
these,
it was like the teleprompter broke out, which is
Yeah,
like I felt for him. man.
something happened, but like it was just so bad.
No,
And
you
it's
could
just
tell like the teleprompter I think broke out. Like
And
I know, like I deal with
was
like
just so
fucking like productions and like
But
TV shit like that. So
if
like
he's
I understand, but
if
whatever.
he's media, he should at least come on. He should know. Like, come on.
I don't know. He's nervous.
It was just
I
bad.
don't care.
It was really
just
bad. It was
bad.
really horrid. Yeah.
But yeah,
But that was just the present. Like the games are just
Yeah,
It
no,
was like the usual affair of like sports and like dispersed. But I think the really good things that I saw, I was excited for Need for Speed Payback.
That looked
I
really,
really
really
like Need
nice.
for Speed because it's finally not like the past two Need for Speeds have just been online only, and
Yeah.
that it's been complete dumb thing to do for the series. But that they showed another big thing was the Battlefront thing. They talked about how they were going to show some campaign, but they just went on and showed like half an hour of multiplayer.
Yeah.
And
It's EA,
I don't really
respect
care
it.
about Battlefront multiplayer. Maybe I'll pick it up for the campaign. We'll see.
I personally got super excited over it. I've already pre-ordered it.
Well, you're a big Star Wars nerd.
I am a big Star Wars nerd, as you can tell by my Y-wing hanging from my ceiling.
That's called a Y-wing.
Yes, it's in the shape of a Y.
I don't think
It
Mike's
is
ever
not
seen
in
Star
the shape
Wars.
of a Y.
Huh?
I don't think Mike's ever seen a Star Wars.
don't
I
think
have
so.
never seen a Star Wars movie in my
Hang
life.
on. Can you explain the Star War to me?
They're in the stars and they're having a war of the lightsabers
It's World War II.
because one of them wants the blue one and the other one wants the red one, and they're fighting over the color of the lightsaber.
Anyways,
Okay. Anyway,
You asked. Please don't hate me.
Anyway, moving on. I'm super excited. The gameplay looks phenomenal. I think they're moving in the right direction with the free DLC and the deluxe edition. You don't need to buy it. It doesn't give you anything too extra that you're not going to unlock anyways. I I think they're moving forward. And the single player campaign, I'm really
That there's
interested
actually a
about.
single player campaign.
Yeah.
But what else did they show? Other than that, it was they had the brief teaser for Anthem, which then they showed on Microsoft, and then other than that, there was one more thing. There's two more things I'm thinking of. Well, there was A Way Out, which was the thing I was doing for last, but I can't think of anything else. A Way Out was like the most impressive thing that I saw there.
Was that the co-op game with the
Yes.
two dudes? Yeah, I
It was
remember
from
that,
the creator of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah, I remember. I
Joseph
that was-
Fares, and
yeah.
it's really cool. Matt? Did you see it?
I didn't see it, no.
It's basically it's a strictly co-op game, strictly split screen. Whether you're playing online or you playing locally, you have to play split screen, and it's pretty much two dudes. I'm not sure if they're brothers or not, but two guys,
No,
and
they don't know each other.
I don't think they are brothers.
You can't play by yourself at
No,
all.
you can't play by yourself. It's
It
really
was
cool.
designed as a co-op
yeah,
game.
it's
It looks
designed
really
as-
cool, honestly.
because it's played in split screen whether you're local or not, and it's like simultaneous multiplayer at the same time. So even if one person is playing a part of a mission, another player could be a part of a cutscene, and you
Yeah.
could see what's going on at the same time. So
Oh, really?
I think one of the situations they had was, and the whole scenario is that they're like trying to break out of prison. So there was like one time where a guy was talking to one of the guards while the other guy was he was trying to distract the guard while the other guy in the background was trying to take some equipment
Yeah,
from
and
something.
they show like a couple different ways of doing it. Like,
Yeah,
you can
there's,
have
like-
one guy distract him, and one guy does this thing, or you have the other guy distract him, and the other guy does like something else because, like, I guess it's tailored to their skills or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really cool. I'm definitely interested in that.
Maybe something will stream.
Possibly,
Maybe. I don't know.
We
I
can
like
do it
it.
online, which
Yeah,
is
we can.
Which is I was surprised when they said that because, like, I don't know, co-op games online.
Yeah, I don't know. Really random,
Kind
but
of
oh
a
well.
random thing, but I'll
but it
take
was like actually something different, which was cool.
Yeah.
yeah, that's obviously the biggest part. You don't really expect that from EA. You expect sports and Need for Speed.
Yeah.
So see them having something new, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
No mention of Titanfall 2 at all,
Well,
or not even Titanfall 2, just Titanfall like the franchise.
Oh,
because it did kind of it didn't do as well as they would hope.
Yeah, so
they
you don't-
killed. They're the ones who are responsible for it fucking
Yeah, because
being sandwiched in between Call
Yeah.
of Duty and Battlefield.
the Battlefield 1 DLC.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
else
that's
they,
what it
they
was.
talked about.
Looked okay. I saw a
Yeah,
little bit of it.
I'm
Kind of
over
excited.
Battlefield 1 at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back. I know there's a bunch of people who still play it, obviously, but I like the campaign for what it was, but
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
I feel you.
yeah, I don't care about
Yeah,
Battlefield.
you do.
Moving on to where do you want to go? What was
I
next?
Well, what was
Microsoft.
next? I think Microsoft was next.
Microsoft was next. It was the night. So I actually took notes on this one because we watched this one. Biggest thing at this conference was the Xbox One X.
$500 called it.
Mike was right. So Mike was right about
Yeah,
that.
we didn't even go into our predictions
Yeah.
and see who was right and wrong.
Mike,
We should have.
I think
Right.
I was wrong about literally everything.
Yes,
It's fine.
I should have made that bet with you that I would have gotten more right.
So-
So I did.
$500 $600 here. They announced
Here
that
being
yeah.
Canada,
in Canada yet. I wrote down some specs.
just a whole
It's
bunch of
gonna do-
numbers.
Yeah, basically, it's going to do true 4K at 60 FPS,
Yeah, that's what they're calling native 4K now.
Native
It's
4K, yeah.
true 4K.
12 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, which is fantastic.
Whatever that means.
I'm not going to explain.
DDR RAM. It's when you get don't do really RAMs.
You tried.
The RAM, like
Don't
1500.
don't delay, Raven.
Wow, you quick thinking there, Marcus. So I didn't realize it was November 7th. That's actually. I'm looking at your notes right now. I'm like,
Sorry, what are you looking
just
for?
November 7th.
It was
when it comes
It's
out.
That's
November
the
7th,
day
yeah.
of what,
That's what-
Crackdown or no Forza? No, not Forza. Crackdown. I think maybe. I know something comes out that day.
No, Forza's October 3rd.
Yeah, it's not Forza. I know it might be Crackdown. I
It
know
might
something
be
comes out that day.
Crackdown, but I don't remember. Quickly checking this list.
I am checking.
Matt,
source.
your notes suck. There's
suck.
no Crackdown. I'm kidding.
This is so
I
professional.
called it Crapdown.
Where did I put Crackdown?
Maybe you just decided.
Crackdown?
Oh, there it is. Oh, you didn't put a date.
I didn't put a date.
Oh,
Nice.
you had one job, Matt.
I know.
At least you took notes.
I did.
I think something comes out that day, whether or not whatever.
Yeah.
Probably.
1.172 gigahertz, which is surprisingly low. But and I was having a quote unquote argument with another person about this.
Oh,
They
wow.
think it's not going to be
Did it get
true
physical?
4K.
Did it get physical? This argument?
No,
Would have paid to see that.
stop it. They think it's not going to be true 4K, considering the specs. He's a PC guy, so we kind of knew what we were talking about. Basically, I think it will, considering this chip was designed by Microsoft. I don't know. It's just
Of course, I think of course it'll do 4K. Why the hell would they be saying it is if it's not going to?
Well,
That's clearly
most
what it
Xbox
is.
One games were 720p. If I'm not,
Fact
if
of the
I'm
matter-
not
fact of the
run
matter
on it.
is, yes, it can run at 1080p, but at 30 frames.
Right,
Like,
but
for
not
example-
60, right.
Like, for
So-
example,
And
that
where you
might
can
be
see
what
that
it is.
Destiny 2 isn't running at 60; it's running at 30 frames.
Right.
basically his argument
On
was
console.
they're saying 4K 60 frames steady constant. That's what they're saying. He says no. He says it's probably going to be 4K constant, and the frame is going to and the frame rates
Right,
are going to.
But the frame rate doesn't really matter. It doesn't really attest to like whether or not it's 4K.
I know, but it does matter when it comes to gameplay and such, right? So you're going to be sitting there, and there's a whole bunch of mobs on the screen, and you're on that final boss, and it drops down to 15 frames. Thank you, Dark Souls.
I'm sure it's pretty much just going to be like if it's first party, then there should be no excuse if it's
Yeah.
not 60 frames per second. I know people care about that and multiplayer games, but the big example that people are talking about is Destiny 2 running at 30 frames, I believe. But I think there's a bit more of like a lot of political things to that, where you see how Sony has a lot of the exclusive
Yeah, there's
deals
a
for like
marketing
first
deal
content
and
first.
whatever.
So I doubt they would want, with all the exclusive marketing content that PS4 is going to get first, that they would want to show that you can get a better technical experience on their competitor.
I mean, in a sense, yes, but at the same time, it's to be expected.
Because I don't think there's a doubt that it could run on 60 frames.
I
per
personally
second.
think that this is going to be one of the greatest technological advancements for a console ever.
I don't think so. I think it's. Oh no, I just think it's. I don't think it's going to be the greatest, one
No,
of the greatest ever. I just think it's whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's a giant leap, and I think what they like compared to what they've been doing and what they've been saying to fans and what they've been giving us with these last 6-8 months. I don't think it's just something they're saying. I think this is something that they're going to hold true. That's what I'm thinking.
I get your point, but like if you compare like Xbox One games to Xbox One X games, and then you do the same thing with like SNES and N64, like the N64 was a way bigger jump than the Xbox One X.
I don't think.
is.
So. Well, no,
From
because
2D to 3D?
it is a mid-gen. I just pretty much think of it as an iPhone 6s to an iPhone 6, like the S generations of like how.
Yeah, but they're
Apple does their
trying to
phones.
like they're kind of trying to put it as more than that while keeping.
I don't
one
think so
name.
because
Yeah, they kept the one name, which tells you they're not, but at the same time, they're clearly making a bigger deal out of it. Than it's $500. Like you're not buying.
yeah,
a
they're
new
making
console.
a big deal out of it. But this is for the hardcore of the hardcore.
Right.
What I mean by that is just this current generation. So like you had the PlayStation and then the PlayStation
4
Slim.
Pro.
And then now the Pro, which is just a little bit better or double, right? This is like 4 times to 6
Yeah,
times
it
better.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think it'll ever truly get truly the like all of the power out of it as maybe it can handle, because will developers ever want to take the time to, like, third party, especially like first party, they'll take the time to make
Yeah,
it
they
better on
better.
the Xbox One X, but
No,
third
of
party,
course.
why are they going to bother, especially taking so much development time into making just this Xbox One X version? That means they have to develop something for PC if it's on PC, then PS4 and Xbox One and Xbox One X and PS4 Pro.
I
I think it'll be a lot of like PS4 Pros and then just like or PS4 versions ported over to Xbox One X.
But I think also think it depends on like how well it sells, right? If the Xbox One X sells really well, then yeah, developers are going to spend time to
And it
change it.
spoiler, it won't.
It won't, yeah, which goes with your point, because if
Yeah.
it doesn't, then they're not going to spend the time. You're right, and it's a waste of money for all consumers that
Like
even
we already
consider
like the
purchasing
PS4
it.
Pro also, like Sony's not revealing numbers, so we know that couldn't have, it probably hasn't done as well as they wanted it to. Like I just think this whole mid-gen cycle is for people who have 4K TVs now and just want something to
Yeah.
to show it off with.
What you're saying, I 100% agree with. Developers did absolutely love the dev kits that they sent out for the Xbox One X. So, I mean, they are playing with things. We don't know. At the end of the day, we can just predict all we want. According to, oh my goodness, who was it? Who said it?
Reggie.
I think it was Larry
Phil
Herb.
Spencer.
No, I think it was Larry Herb actually. He said that developers absolutely, like even third party developers, absolutely
Well, yeah,
adored
like EA
the
made
dev kit.
EA made a thing of like showing off like how jerseys look in Madden on the EA stage on at their presser. So
I don't know. They said they were loving it. They were loving the additional
and, like,
power.
You got to be careful with that stuff, though.
No, of
That's what they
course.
said about the Wii U too in 2012, and we all know where that is right now. So
That's
enough
being-
said.
dumpsters.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Like, end of topic. Move on.
Yeah. They announced Forza Motorsport 7. I'm just going to run
I
through
don't
them.
It's
remember what it looks
no
like.
Horizon, so it's not the Horizon series.
Yeah, I like the Horizon better myself.
Playground has, I think, out Forza'd Turn 10 with Horizon series.
Wow.
Because I own both copies of the game. They are both fantastic, but I do agree with you. The Horizon
And
series
they
is
are
more
for like
enjoyable.
different audiences, kind
Yeah,
of like
of
it's
course.
more arcadey for Horizon, which is why I like it more.
So I'm going to run through the whole list here just to, Metro Exodus.
That game was like a what?
Yeah,
what am I watching right now?
Have you played any of the other Metros?
No.
I played Metro Last Light, which is the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play 2033, the first one, but I found it's a good game. It's like the settings are really cool. The mechanics where you have to like wear a gas mask at all times when you're on like the when you're outside, because there's like some like fucking
It's toxic gas.
yeah,
or
like
something.
toxic gas or something, and then you're down like you're mainly down in like a lot of caves fighting just weird beasts.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's based off of some novels, and yeah, the mechanics are cool. There's a whole like button dedicated to wiping your mask because it gets like foggy.
It gets
and
foggy,
shit.
yeah.
It was cool. The whole like all the guns are unique too because they're pneumatic weapons, so you have to pretty much like charge them up and like pump your guns to make them work. I found it to be just like okay or good, like nothing too amazing. But I'm surprised it's actually even that we're getting a third one.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be clear, like a lot of people were thinking that was gameplay. That could not have been actual gameplay. That was like in-engine footage,
Yeah.
but not actual gameplay. It was
yeah.
like glorified. It's kind of like what Ubisoft did for, I believe, like Far Cry 4 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like there was a trailer that it was in the first-person perspective, the trailer, but it's not actual gameplay. I'll eat my hat if the game
You're not
actually
wearing a
runs
hat.
like that, and I'm not wearing a hat.
Marcus doesn't wear hats. Marcus has
I
a
wear
buzz
hats.
cut.
He does wear hats occasionally.
Oh, okay.
That was a lie, Matt.
This freaked me out. Assassin's Creed Origins was at the Xbox conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Why?
they were like, okay, we need a big third-party game. And then Ubisoft is like, well, we got Assassin's Creed over here. And they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
It's
basically
normally
what
at the Sony conference, and I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, wait, what? But I'm excited.
Yeah, that Ubisoft was even at the Xbox one was surprising.
I'm excited.
But Microsoft probably paid them a little extra because they knew that they needed that third-party
I don't
presence.
think there's been anything though about like exclusive content for it. Though.
Oh no,
Probably not.
Which is why it leads you to believe that there's nothing more going on there
Yeah.
other than an E3 deal.
At
Yeah,
least it
of
wasn't
course.
in the Ubisoft one, so that way it made it shorter.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about that in the Ubisoft section.
Yep. Smart little. I like these things. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is coming exclusively to Xbox One, late 2017.
Well, like exclusive launch, like a lot of the things that they used of like exclusive launch or launch exclusive. I think it's pretty much it'll have like a window of exclusivity.
Yeah.
Then it'll come. Like a
time
lot of the
exclusive.
indie games will eventually probably be on PS4.
Yeah.
Like there were no really true exclusives here for Xbox.
Even though they said at the beginning they were like 22 or something exclusives.
Yeah,
It's
like most of them are like launch exclusives.
yeah,
so.
for like a week or something.
I don't know, but I'm just. These are the notes I took, so I don't know.
Like it'll be like how Inside came to Xbox first, The Witness came to PlayStation 4 first. But now
Speaking of which, did you guys see that bundle that they
Yeah, the
announced with
Inside and Limbo
I
bundle.
recommend you buy that.
Mhm.
I do.
Technically, some can argue that they are exclusives. Look at my air quotes.
They are, but they're
Technically,
time exclusive.
yeah.
Time exclusive.
So I'm excited for that. It's because PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is a fantastic game that came out on Steam. It's sold like. I don't remember the number. It's
doing
either
really
4
well.
million copies or 40 million
I
copies.
remember-
Something ridiculous.
I
Something
remember,
nuts.
I remember liking what I saw from that game, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Which one was that?
Hold that for a second. Thank you.
It's pretty much like
Which one was that?
It's kind of like H1Z1
H1Z1
or DayZ.
DayZ, yeah.
It's the Battle Arena style.
Like the
style
Hunger Games.
Games.
Hunger Games
Oh,
style.
yeah. Right,
Like
where there was that
H1Z1
announcer talking
yeah.
over it?
Oh no, wait,
now
the
I
announcer
remember.
talking over it was like it
Oh,
was,
that was the other one.
I think that one. I'm not sure if that was first party or not. That was the something trials or who was it? The Darwin project.
Yeah, Darwin Project. That's right. Damn, it's all coming in a blur right
No,
now.
but PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds like really popular on PC right now.
So it is one of the top played games on Twitch.
Yeah.
They sold over 4 million copies at $29.99. It's nuts. Actually, you know what? That's relatively cheap because right now the game is priced at $40 or something.
It's probably full price on Xbox One, probably.
It's probably
Or
well, it's probably
at
gonna be
least,
around $40.
yeah, at least like
Is
50.
it? Wait, it's $40.
It's $40. Yeah, last time I checked, anyway. Yeah, 11 million, right? See, that's wrong.
4
My
million
number's wrong.
copies. That's cool. That's good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. This is like what really made that like genre actually explode. Like
Three-
H1Z1 and DayZ were big, but not this big.
It was actually Arma and then DayZ, but DayZ was a giant flop because
DayZ was
optimized.
was a mod for
No, I know.
Arma 3.
But H1Z1 it took off when it separated from when it got created. Into
Like
two
they
games.
said they were going to bring. I think they talked about they had the creator of DayZ come out on like a PS like a PlayStation stage a couple years ago, and that never like
It was
nothing
the
ever
Xbox
happened.
stage. They
Was
said
it
that
the
DayZ
Xbox?
was
It
going to come
one
to
of them,
Xbox.
yeah.
Because Xbox has the whole Play Anywhere program, they're like, oh, we'll bring all the indie games and the Steam and the people who are uploading their games to Steam onto the Windows Store, so they're able to buy them on the Xbox as well. DayZ never happened because it's very poorly optimized and the game is still
And it's a mod
super
of a
shit.
game. It's not like an actual.
Fact of the matter is, like for example, H1Z1, it took them 2 years to add spectating, and the reason they did it was because PUBG, what's it called, had it right away from the start, and it's like, oh shit, you know, we have a competition now, so we got to add it. But other than that, sometimes because the games do well, they just never finish it. It's like, oh, the game's buggy because it's an alpha. Well, whatever.
Yeah, is it technically an alpha?
Yeah, it's in beta.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
It's right now. It's still in development. It's
so
not
why
a
is
full
it
game.
$40?
Because
Is it like technically? Is it technically early access? Are they advertising it as early access or
Yeah.
no?
It's early access.
This is I guess it's kind of like Minecraft. I guess where
Minecraft is its own full game. It's just they constantly update.
like Minecraft wasn't like officially like it was in beta until like what 2010 or something. Like it was like it's kind of like that. Like it was like ridiculously late.
Yeah. Sorry, it's $36.99 Canadian.
Canadian, so it's probably $30 American.
It's in early access. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
That's the tag. I'm going to go check. Thank you, Steam.
Thanks, Gabe.
He takes my money a lot. I don't thank him. No. Do you remember what Deep Rock Galactic
They
was?
announced-
That was like the dwarves game, the dungeons.
Yeah.
it kind of looked like if Minecraft like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Minecraft.
mining game. Yeah.
Yeah.
but and you were like dwarves. It looked
Yeah.
whatever.
Apparently, that's an
look bad.
exclusive.
They had a lot of random games like
Yeah,
that.
they really did. Xbox One exclusive State of Decay 2, spring 2018.
State of Decay 1. I wasn't a fan of State of Decay 1. So.
I think it's going to be a little bit better this time. Is it? It's co-op, right?
They're put. I think now it's co-op. Yeah, unlike the first one.
Because it
but-
seemed if it's co-op like that, I would absolutely love a survival zombie game like that. If it's co-op, that would be cool. But let's,
like I feel like they focused on it way too much.
A little
For it,
bit, yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
there was
surprised
like a-
they're trying to like put a pretty much like a bigger push on it rather than the first one. But it still kind of looks like we're talking about with the Xbox One X being able to do stuff like this, and with State of Decay being exclusive, it kind of looks like still like a 360 game.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Weird.
I
I don't know. Is that first party? No.
That is.
It's
It
I
is?
don't.
Second party?
It's Microsoft published, I believe, but I forget if
different studio.
Undead Labs is owned by Microsoft. I don't think they are, but it is an exclusive.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It
Do
is,
you remember
yeah.
what Darwin Project?
Yeah, we were
was?
talking
Darwin
about that
Project was
like
like the one where the guy came out and like started
Yeah.
commentating over the thing.
Remember,
it started
there
off
was
with
that-
like a guy at a campfire, and then he got like an axe to his head or something.
Yeah, and then there was that guy that could like disappear, and the other guy had to find him. or
Yeah,
with
it
the
kind of
arrow.
looked like,
There's
like
that
characters
Hanzo
with
thing,
abilities,
dude.
kind of like Overwatch. But
Yeah.
then it went like top down. It kind of looked like I don't know if it's a MOBA or whatever,
Yeah,
whatever the fuck
yeah,
it
the
is.
League of Legends like Dota like style
The
top down. Yeah, like
but no one knows. But I'm not sure if that was first part either. It looks.
I don't
they're trying to
remember
go like-
seeing that. So I
sure.
don't.
It was playable on the show floor too.
I
but
predicted that there would be something esports, and I'm going to count that that's kind of an esport thing.
there
It's
was
not
a
gonna
guy
do well.
announcing it.
Yeah.
So I totally be
Oh,
acceptance.
I remember this now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's gonna do shit. Minecraft has big multiplayer servers and crossplay coming
no,
this fall.
Actually, yeah, the
2017.
crossplay. I
crossplay.
was not expecting that.
Crossplay between
There
all
was
the
a
consoles.
Switch on stage or in
Yeah,
Minecraft,
like
That was nuts.
what?
I know. That's actually pretty good. To be honest with you.
and then now no, like everyone's there except for PlayStation. But
Yeah, straight up.
because you saw, did you guys see the quote that it was Jim Ryan from PlayStation had a little while after E3 about crossplay, because Rocket League and Minecraft now have crossplay between different systems, and he was pretty much saying that how they wanted to keep it was something along the lines of, I'm butchering this quote, so don't fucking take this with like journalistic integrity or anything, but it was like that they wanted to keep their players safe with like an audience like Minecraft. But it's like, if you want to keep your players safe, why and like how is Nintendo allowing this to happen?
Yeah, like what? That doesn't
I
make any
think it's
sense.
pretty much they just don't want to have their systems.
that's just an
like,
excuse.
They don't want to have like other systems advertised on their platform,
I'll be-
because they have done this before with like Street Fighter V can play with PC players, and so did Portal 2 back in the day.
I'm pretty
on
sure
PS3.
Rocket League can
Rocket
play
League is-
PC
Yeah,
and Rocket
players
League
on
as well,
PS4.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's either that or their servers are too shitty to handle it. But it's fine. Probably get hacked again.
You can't even fucking change your name yet on PS.
Yeah, come on. You want to change your name? Make a new
you can do it on
account.
Xbox. You got to pay for it, so it's not that much. Better.
$10.
$10 is $10, man. It's an hour of work.
Yeah, but at least you can change your name. I know
That's true, that's fair.
There's a whole, but they're fucking leagues ahead of Xbox and Nintendo right now in the race. So
That's true.
It's just like it'd be cool if they would actually do this. It'd be a pro consumer move.
I don't know if you guys saw there was
Because-
this tweet where the guy was like, a Switch appeared on an Xbox stage before it appeared on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
83. And it's like, that's fucking true.
Well, to be fair, Nintendo didn't have a stage.
That's true, but you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Reggie just walked into some random guy's house. Then he was on the beach.
He was in an IKEA.
Yeah,
That's what I
he
saw. Guys said on Twitter. He was in an IKEA.
I don't know if you guys played this yet. I played it. Dragon Ball Z, early 2018.
I don't care for Dragon Ball.
No interest at
I'm not
all.
an anime boy.
I don't like fighting games, Dragon Ball Z is whatever to me, but it was actually a pretty decent fighting game. to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
did you played that there?
Yeah, I
Because
did.
yeah, I heard you guys were saying that the lines were like super short for that one.
Honestly, because the fights are 2 minutes, 90 seconds, 240 seconds, and then basically the way this worked was I got my ass kicked, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
everybody else,
I don't-
took 2 seconds, and whatever. We spent maybe like 15, 20 minutes in that line, right?
Yeah.
Unlike Wolfenstein, we'll talk about that later.
I don't care for Dragon Ball Z, but the actual like art style, it actually looks like the cartoon. Or the
Yeah,
anime.
it looks really, really nice, and it plays very nicely as well. So
Yeah, I'm sure it's interesting for people who
It's
care
just-
about Dragon Ball Z, but if you don't care about Dragon Ball Z,
for the nerds out there.
exactly. And although
Like
we
me.
are nerds, we do not care about that. So
you guys won't care about this. Black Desert, which is another MMO.
that was that weird like.
Oh, was that
which
like
one?
that was one of the Japanese games?
It's not a Japanese game.
Or
It's a
like-
giant MMO that's out right now. Has a whole bunch of players.
Yeah.
Very, very much play to win, or pay to win, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
that's coming to Xbox One early 2018. The Artful game.
Nice.
The
note.
Artful Escape.
No, the Artful game.
Oh no! Wait, what?
No, I think you literally mean it's a game that's artful.
What are you talking? Are you
Look.
talking about a game that they showed next?
Yeah, that's the title. Ready? The Artful game. Google it.
Are you sure?
I think
Google
you're
it.
fucked up.
I think you literally
I think
just
you have
saw
messed
an
Are
game
you talking about the
was
Artful Escape? The Artful Escape was a game that they showed that looked really good.
Yeah, that's got to be the one you're talking about.
The Artful game. I think you are sorely mistaken.
As we all quickly Google this, I'll just
Uh,
keep talking so I'll give you some time to look it up.
Oh, it is the Artful Escape.
Yep, Marcus was
where
right
did I
as per usual.
I apologize.
The Artful Escape
don't remember
and
this.
what was that Blade Runner like game that they had? The Night. No, fuck.
Oh,
Just quickly take a look at your notes.
yeah, straight up.
What was it, Matt?
I have
The Last Night and The Artful Escape looked really freaking good. There were two like indie, very stylized platformers, and they look so fucking good.
Like
Those are the best games that Microsoft.
I remember
did.
these titles, but like I'm not remembering the games. So
Yeah.
It's all mushing together in my head right now. I probably should have done a little more research, but we
It's
did
fine.
this. My bad.
Code Vein, coming 2018.
Was that like
It's an
the
anime
slasher game?
It's an anime game. I
Yeah, I remember.
I
You
skipped
literally
over it.
wrote anime game.
Good one. Sea of Thieves, Xbox One exclusive. I'm super excited.
Someone got eaten by a shark.
Yeah, and he had a banana, and he launched
Sure you did,
out into the
okay.
cannon.
I wish we would have been able to
We
play
tried
that
to play
game
that game,
so
and they were like,
much.
"Yep, nope."
Yeah, unfortunately, we were not able to play it.
I don't know if I ever told you guys, but me and Crispy were in an extended line to play that, and like we literally asked them, and they're like, "Yeah, 4 hours," and it's like, "Goodbye,
Yeah,
have a nice
basically.
day."
But you went and played Crackdown instead.
Yeah, you did play Crackdown.
I did play Crackdown. Yeah.
How was it?
I didn't care for it.
Okay.
And
Like-
you told me they were having you play on PC, right?
It was a PC, yeah.
So why the hell
There-
weren't things on Xbox One
Xbox
X's?
controller, but a PC.
Yeah.
It's all of those demos in that show floor was played on a PC. All of it.
I'm just saying, if you have it, if you're advertising this brand new console, why are you
Yeah.
playing on this brand new
Yeah.
console?
If you had told me before that all their games would have been on PC and not on the Xbox One X, I would be like, "Yeah, you're stupid."
But I
that's
guarantee
what
you,
they did.
even the PlayStation games were done on a PC. Because that's where the dev kit is.
You
Like,
played Far Cry 5. What was that on?
PS4.
oh, it was on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Did you see the console?
Yeah, it was an actual PlayStation 4 because they even booted back to the menu and everything to
How
restart.
about Matterfall? Do you remember? That was
Matterfall
that
wasn't. No,
it's
everything.
PS4 exclusive,
Everything
so-
that was on PlayStation 4, I'm pretty sure was running on a
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 in the PlayStation booth.
Yeah.
I can't say for anything behind
Wol-
closed doors. But
Wolfenstein was on.
that had to have been a PC.
That was a PC.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was for
PC.
sure a PC with an Xbox controller we
Yeah.
were playing with.
Majority of it was. I mean, realistically, that's the safest route.
Well,
Because
that's Bethesda, so that
it's the safest route. Even if PlayStation did it, because they build their games on a PC, it would have been understandable. But Marcus is excited for this. Cuphead, September 29th.
Fuck yeah, finally it got to really. I played that at Fan Expo in like 2014 or 2015.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
so
I was
long
hyped for
ago.
that game like 3 years ago. It's hard for me to still be hyped right now.
Yeah.
Like that's
That's weird.
Like I said, the best things Microsoft showed at their conference were like fucking 2D side-scrolling games that I really like for indie games, which is also the best things that they showed to me. Didn't take advantage of what an Xbox One X would give you.
Which tells you about how useful the Xbox
Yeah.
One X actually is.
It's a giant paperweight.
Yep.
Super Lucky's Tale,
That
November
was-
7th.
Yeah, the Lucky's Tale was originally an Oculus Rift game.
Oh, really?
Came out a couple years ago, and now
Huh.
I didn't know people wanted this, but whatever. I think it's them trying to tap into the 3D mascot platformer that's trying to come back. Like Ukulele kind of like fell on its face, but
Basically.
yeah, things
So-
are coming back.
This is a giant list of either indie games or games that were taken from Steam. So I'm going to read them off really, really, really quickly here as best of my ability. Osiris, Raiders, Unruly Heroes, Path of Exile, which, by the way, if you've never heard of it, it's a Diablo-esque game. it does very well. Surviving Mars, Fable Fortune.
That's the Fable card game.
Yep. Observer, Robocraft, Dunk Lords, which is basically
Dunk Lords. It was like NBA Jam.
yeah.
Like, why did they just have that in the freaking? This was in like that montage. That
It was
they
in a
showed,
montage. Yeah, that's why I wrote it in its own little block. Minion Masters, Brawlout, Ooblets.
Yeah, people are obsessed about Ooblets online.
Super random. Dark Light, Strange Brigade, River Bomb, Hello Neighbor, which is hysterical.
Oh, yeah, I see that's like a big thing on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conan Exiles,
Exiles, yeah.
which is again the PC game, and all of it is running in 4K. Even Minecraft 4K.
The super duper graphics pack.
Yeah,
Got to make sure those blocks in Minecraft look as
Yeah.
good as possible.
crisp, clean,
Crispy clean.
Nice.
nice.
Crispy elite.
Xbox One exclusive Ashen. Don't know what this is.
What was Ashen again?
I don't know. Apparently, it looked like crap according to Ant, but I'm not gonna take that word for it. I don't know.
I'm telling you, all
I
these
can't
games you're
remember what
mentioning in
Ashen
my head.
was.
I wish I wrote
This is
them.
great reporting.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly though.
You're welcome, people.
We're already 3 weeks late. No one gives a fucking.
Hey, Mike. Life is Strange.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's what Life is Strange.
August 31st.
They lied.
When-
Well, Don't Nod didn't lie because they're not doing it.
That's true. They didn't lie, but I mean, Life is Strange is there, bro. Like when I saw that, like I remember we were at McDonald's when you told me about this, and I'm like, what? And I was like, yes, thank God, life is good again.
I downloaded
Life
the
is
first one
Strange
from
again.
PS Plus, so I'll play it eventually.
I don't know if you guys saw any gameplay of it, but like, there's none of the time travel mechanic that was in the first game. It's kind of just
it's
like
a prequel, right?
Yeah, it's just a traditional like point and click adventure game, 3D point and click adventure game. I don't really trust Deck 9 with it yet. I was talking with Marcus about this the other day. I don't trust them with it yet. They got to prove to me that they can make a Life is Strange game. So
And it is only
disappoint you.
3 episodes, right?
yeah, but there's actually a fourth one.
Oh, really?
That
If you pre-order.
if you pre-order,
The
that comes
deluxe one.
That's actually not Chloe.
What?
It's the main character from the other game. So that's like, what are you guys doing there? But yeah,
I'm
super
sure
excited
like
for
maybe
it.
it'll be like released afterwards. If not, then that's kind of dumb
Yeah,
of holding back content for a
For
pre-order.
a pre-order,
bonus.
yeah, I agree with that. It's weird, but
Well, considering the fact that I walked into my store today and guess what was on the shelf? Call of Duty Modern Warfare
Crisis
Remastered.
2.
No. It was just the
Was Crisis 2 there?
no.
Or Crisis 3?
Yes, it was there.
all the crises.
The bundle.
Crisis.
But yeah, Modern Warfare Remastered, that only came out on PS4, didn't
Yeah.
the standalone was just...
Because they just kept
freaking
saying, "No,
dumb.
we're not going to do it. No, we're not going to do it. No, we're not going." And it's
Of
sitting
course
on
they
my
were going
shelf.
to do it, yeah, but...
I'm just like, really.
Video
This
games
is why
is
I absolutely hate Activision and Call of Duty. Just like why?
You hate Activision, eh?
Yes.
Wow. Some strong words.
I don't care. Fuck
Some
you,
strong
Activision.
words. That means you're not allowed to play Destiny 2.
Oh, good. It's a
You're not
reskin
allowed
anyway.
to play Overwatch anymore.
I'm okay
You're not
with
allowed
that.
to play any more Call of Duty. Not allowed to
I'm
play
okay
any
with
more
that.
Tony Hawk.
The
Can't.
last
Sorry,
Tony Hawk game
Skylanders.
Not Skylanders.
Oh no, Skylanders!
I
What
remember
Here
I
on
they
out,
stopped
whenever
making
Matt
that
mentions he's excited about an Activision game, I'm going to call him out on it. I don't say I hate companies because it's a dumb thing to do.
It's just it bothers me. I saw it. I'm just like, really, ugh, whatever.
That was a random detour, but yeah, Life is Strange, August 31st. Still excited, even though it's not done.
Yeah, nobody cares, Mike. Anyway, Shadow of
Funny
War
people
coming October 10th.
Yeah, a lot of people were excited about that. I don't care about Shadow.
So this is
Of
something.
Mordor.
No, I know. So it's not the game itself. It's a non-Xbox One exclusive running at the Play Anywhere program.
Is it really?
Yeah, it
It's
is.
the only game that's like that, I think.
Shit!
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
know,
even see
right?
that. I
it's
kind of
super
tuned out
random.
at that part. That was like the one time I went to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, you're going to talk about orcs and shit. See ya.
Honestly, every time I think of that game, I think of those posters above the
Yeah.
Oh,
hallway.
yeah.
That you every time we'd walk by,
We
this
were
guy
like-
would say the
we
line.
were walking down like the
"Come to see
hall,
you."
and there were like about like 23 posters of like Shadow of War above top, like on the roof, and they would each say like a different quote and have like a fucked up orc face on the side. And I would like say these quotes every time we passed one, and then I'd be like Shadow of War in stores later this year. and I
every
would say for each
time.
one.
And-
So for those of you
time.
listening on YouTube, I'll send a picture to Marcus so he'll upload it like at this current part. So yeah.
Yeah, Marcus would literally every time we do it say the exact same thing every time, like
Yeah.
loyalty betrayed you or something like that, and then he'd be like, "Shadow of War coming later this year in stores." It's like, Marcus, shut up.
What else were you going to do? It was like a
different
15-minute long.
Every time we walked by, he would say for every single poster,
Each one had a different quote.
and like we were walking back and forth like 1,000 times, and like every time we would do it, he would say it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you're killing me here.
Xbox One exclusive, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh yeah, this is the sequel to Ori and the
Ori
Blind
Forest.
Forest. I never played the first one. I know
neither.
it's a really popular like Metroidvania style. I think.
Yeah.
It's very stylized. It looked cool, but I never got around to it.
Looks very
Yeah.
pretty because it's the hand-drawn style. I never got a chance to play myself either. I want to, but apparently this game did incredible. So
Yeah, it did.
yeah.
Well, they're making a sequel, so
Yeah, well. Xbox One backwards compatibility is now upgraded. It can play original Xbox One or Xbox games
Yeah.
and 360 games.
So a great way to spend your money on your Xbox One X is to play two generational games.
I always find it ironic when people like love backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Because you're literally happy that you get to play games that you can already play right now.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't,
but,
I don't
like,
know. It's weird.
For this one in particular, like the 360 one, I get it. You don't want to get rid of your 360, and you still might have wanted to play games. But who the hell is still carrying on to their original Xbox
yeah,
games?
like, is anybody really saying, "Oh, I wish I could play my original copy of whatever I don't know Xbox original game. I wish I could play this now." In
Like
4K.
who wants to play like
What?
Blinks the Cat still, or like fucking
Exactly, and yeah, and that crowd, they were so excited, and it's like, come on, guys.
So it's the pure fact that it's laziness. I have a
How?
360. It's sitting in the corner. Actually, it's sitting in this thing.
Yeah, I see it right here.
It's unplugged. It's the fact that I don't have to go plug it in now.
saying you're lazy. Oh, yeah, I thought you were
Just
saying that they were lazy.
People
I was
in
like,
general are lazy,
Yeah.
right? So me, for example, I can grab my 360 games and plug it into my Xbox One because I don't need to plug in my 360. But somebody who has original Xbox games kicking around also has that system, guaranteed.
yeah,
Like,
it's
why would
true.
you?
No, I agree that backwards compatibility is a great feature. Like, I love it when people announce backwards
I
compatibility,
know.
but I don't get as excited as
Yeah.
those people were. You know what I mean? Like, those people were like yelling.
No,
and,
yeah,
like,
it's a great point. Like if you still have your original Xbox games, you still have your original Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
exactly. So
And then finally, the EA new IP Anthem, basically the Iron Man meets
Destiny.
No, not
Yeah,
even.
it's a Destiny
saw it
style
as-
game, I think.
I saw it as Iron Man meets
Avatar.
The Division, and Avatar. Literally, you're flying around as Iron Man on Pandora.
It looks cool if it has a good single player.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
I
what I
don't
was
wanna
gonna
be
say.
playing- I don't like the Destiny Division style gameplay.
yeah, it was.
Then I'll for sure play it.
It was one of those games that they popped in the co-op, and I'm like, oh no, like stop, just show me what I can do by myself, please, please.
And quoting Donkey on this one, they even had the shitty Ubisoft actors from the
Yeah, the
Division
Rainbow
trailer.
Six and
Yep.
yeah, but it looks
like,
cool.
come
Like
on.
it was the most beautiful game of the show, I think.
Yeah.
And it looked really cool. If what you can do there has a really good single player component too, and I'm not just like grinding for loot all the time on my own like a sad man. And then it could be cool.
Yeah.
Then at the end, like it was really cool when like you see them like leap off of the building Iron Man style, and then after they like go through these like woods that look, and they're really freaking it's like really detailed. And then especially when they even go underwater and you see, holy shit, this is actually like completely like underwater too. Is like all fleshed out.
But
then
even
at the
that,
end, then they
like-
go into the Speed Force, and it was really cool.
And then he goes, "I am the Barry Allen,"
Yeah.
and then the Reverse Flash kills his mom.
Nice.
Thanks. All right, so that's it for the Xbox.
Oh, and also
conference.
you forgot Tacoma. Tacoma was like from the creators of Gone Home, Steve Gaynor.
Oh yeah,
It's like
the
kind of
space,
like
the
Gone Home in
space walking
space, yeah.
simulator. Yeah.
You know what? I
looks
may
really
have
good.
I may have walked away to let one of you guys into my house at that point. So
You're welcome.
yeah. So that's more or less it for the Xbox conference.
1 second on that one. Yeah,
Hey.
I never played Gone Home. I know you did.
You didn't? I thought you. Oh yeah.
No, I never did. But
Oh yeah, you never got it for PS
yeah.
Plus.
So like,
I played it on like PC back in the day.
so it was just kind of like a walking simulator, like a Life is Strange kind of thing without the.
It's
Time
like
travel?
quote unquote walking simulator, like adventure game, but it's really freaking good, and it's one of the best stories I've ever.
Yeah,
seen.
I remember hearing about the story, but I didn't hear about the gameplay. So
It's on PS4 and Xbox now. But yeah, I played it on my Mac. One of the few times I've ever played a game on an actual computer.
I was going to say I've never heard of you playing a game other than that. The Overwatch, what was that game? The Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes
to
of the
get
Storm, I
the Genji
played it,
skin.
yeah.
Other than that, I've never seen you play a PC.
Very rarely
game.
I'll actually go play a game on my computer.
Wow.
It'll happen once every 5
Wasn't it
years.
free on PS Plus or something like that? Why?
Yeah,
Or Xbox?
No,
I think it
I
was Xbox.
I did get it when it was free on PlayStation, and then I got all the trophies for it. And then after, here we go.
Yeah.
That's random. Anyways,
So here are my notes for the Sony conference. It's a blank
there's
page.
nothing there.
It's a blank
Because
page.
you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it. I unfortunately
I
I
forgot
could
the
not watch it.
Ubisoft conference that came after the Microsoft
Oh,
one.
was it?
Yeah.
You watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing after too.
Basically,
So it started with Miyamoto,
Oh yeah, Miyamoto finally back on stage after like 7 years.
and I heard a great point about this because if we didn't hear about the all the leaks before Miyamoto showed up on stage, can you imagine what it would have been like to see Miyamoto on the Ubisoft stage?
Yeah,
We would have been
If
like,
you
what
never
the
knew.
hell? But because we knew what Rabbids that
Yeah.
leak, it was kind of like less. But like if we didn't know, it would have been like
Like Eves, Guillermo, and Miyamoto on stage together. I didn't know the world could handle that.
exactly.
They were
It was
both only
crazy.
like guns.
So I'm thinking about. So yeah, I don't know.
Matt went to his computer, so I'll take over.
Yeah.
But Mario and Rabbids is pretty much the game no one expected it to be, which is like an XCOM style strategy game.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
turn-based strategy.
So it's funny you said that because I just went to go get a list, and the first thing was Mario plus Rabbids looks like ... Nintendo XCOM, and
So
then
that's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been comparing it to
Yeah.
is XCOM.
Yeah.
it's just I found it funny because the way we're sitting, Marcus is on the other side of my computer, and he just said it, and I'm like, I just read it. It's
I'm
really
an
funny.
expert, I know.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so I mean, it looked kind of interesting. Not enough to catch my attention. Rabbids, I'm talking about here.
I like Mario, the Rabbids or whatever. They're no minion, like they're no minions in the sense that the minions can die in a garbage fire.
Yeah.
But like the Rabbids are like, okay, whatever. You guys came before. You guys are cool, as long as you're not doing like fucking annoying me. But yeah, the XCOM strategy, we'll see. Like the XCOM strategy looked cool if you're into that, but then they had like that whole overworld traversal stuff, which looked really stupid.
Yeah,
It looked kind
where
of
they
boring.
had that like that robot
The
thing
Roomba-
leading them
the
or
Roomba
something.
rabbit, yeah.
It's like, what are you guys doing?
The next thing would be the crew 2.
The crew 2.
Crew
He said
2?
that in like one whole word.
The
I'm surprised there was even a crew 2.
Yeah.
But now there's like
Considering-
planes and boats. We'll see if
Considering
people want
how not great
that. The first one was.
compared, you're just comparing.
Maybe
like-
it'll be even better.
Yeah, hold on one sec, because the Steep, by the way,
Oh,
new
the Steep?
new DLC,
The Olympic DLC.
Steep has jetpacks as their DLC.
Is it really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you might be lying.
Steep,
I know it's
like
not the Olympics.
the snow game
Yeah,
the snowboarding
that
game.
Ubisoft
has
made.
jetpacks.
The
Yeah.
extreme snow sport.
Yeah,
I feel like that doesn't fit the snow
you want, me,
theme,
you
but
want me to pull it up?
This
Yeah,
is
well,
a radio show right now.
yeah. Well, you pull it up. Did you guys hear about that? The news today that Steep apparently they're not able to get it running on Switch or whatever.
Did they really?
Yeah, so now apparently they're going to Nintendo. Like, Nintendo, help us! We can't get it running on your
Oh
system.
no! Are you telling me we can't get Switch or Steep on the Switch?
Oh no! What are we
That
gonna do?
when I planned to buy my Switch, I wanted Steep to be my first game.
So it's called the Extreme Pack.
I
It's clearly a jetpack.
I see a jetpack
Oh,
here,
wow.
Marcus.
Okay, I'll take
It's
your
like
word
it's
for
like
it.
a wing behind you. I don't know. It's kind of weird to hard to
Like, is
describe.
there like a
rockets and shit.
wingsuit, like a flying squirrel suit they're wearing?
So it basically is a wingsuit, except it doesn't have the flying squirrel thing.
It's got
but it
jetpacks.
is a backpack with wings, and there's rockets on the bottom.
Yep. So just Google Steep Extreme Pack if you're interested in what we're
If
talking
you're
about. It looks really weird.
Curious enough, it
Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Anyway.
god, why does Steep even exist? Like,
Well,
it was a cool concept. It was not.
It
for
was
I don't
a
think
cool
it was ever an
concept.
actual bad game. It just didn't do that
yeah,
well.
it was
Not-
just like whatever.
not
It's-
for $70.
yeah, it's one of those games that you try out. You don't pay $70 to.
And
play.
I don't think there's really ever been too many like I don't think the Shaun White snowboarding games were ever simulators. Like these seem more like sim games
Yeah,
rather
not
than
arcade,
like
yeah.
the SSX arcade style.
Yeah.
Was there a Steep 2 announced, or am I
No.
just at some reason in my memory that?
No,
I
it's
think
in
you
your
were
brain
thinking
for
of
some
the Crew
reason.
2 maybe.
Okay, I don't know. What was that up there? Oh yeah, that was that. Remember that Transference trailer, Marcus?
Which one was this?
There-
was this like
the VR game? Yeah,
With
the
Elijah
experience.
Wood?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, what is it? I still don't know what it is.
Hey, look, it's the Sea of Thieves meets Assassin's Creed 4
Oh, Skull and
Ghosts.
Bones.
Yeah.
People are hyped, but I think that'll actually do pretty well.
Yeah, it
I
looks
think that's
pretty
going to be
interesting.
like because Ubisoft has done like their games are not they're not really services, but they've been very like active once the games come out. We saw with Rainbow Six and The Division and even Ghost Recon and For Honor, where Ghost Recon is like the best-selling game so far this year.
Wait, really?
Yes,
Yeah, it is.
number one game this year.
I was shocked
and
by that, too.
And For Honor was the best-selling game in February.
Yeah, I was shocked by that
Yeah,
too.
so Ubisoft knows what they're doing. So.
Yeah.
To be, well, I know For Honor was. That's not the issue. It's just 2 weeks later it just died. Because considering it
I'm
got-
sure it still has like a hardcore cult following, but
Yeah,
like
for
not,
sure,
I don't
but-
think I'm not sure if it has as much one as Rainbow Six or The
Rainbow
Division
Six.
or-
So Rainbow
Even
Six,
Wildlands too. Sorry.
the reason Rainbow Six is popular because it's the Counter-Strike of consoles. That's what it is, basically.
it was there at E3 again this year.
Yeah, I know, but that's why it's popular. It's really for what it is. It's very simplistic. You do your stuff. You get your job done.
Your stuff.
You can be competitive, but in competitive play, you can have fun still. That's why people like it, right? But
And
other than that,
Going back to a Skull and Bones.
But I
how we
think
brought
like
this up.
Skull and Bones is like what people really liked the Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, that was
ship
one of the best
combat.
parts of that game.
But I don't know. It seems like Black Flag ship combat without the Assassin's Creed to it, which I'm not. I would rather have an actual like full on pirate game rather than just only ship
Right?
combat.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
And
yeah.
I think you play. I think that someone said like you play as the boat rather than like individual like pirates themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty
So-
sure that's true.
We'll
Oh,
see.
God. I'm not.
Yeah,
done.
and I'm also concerned like Anthem with the same like co-op thing. Like, how does this game work by yourself?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work well by yourself, then
But I'm
obviously
going
it's
to make a
disappointing.
prediction that Skull and Bones will do really well whenever it
Yeah.
comes out.
Whenever, yeah.
Starlink.
Oh, that was like the Toys to Life game,
Yeah.
which is like,
Yeah.
why are you coming out now? Well, even though it's like next year maybe.
Yeah, it's next year.
Yeah, they showed people like putting starships on Switch controllers and PS4 and Xbox controllers.
Like that's an interesting concept, but
Well, I don't know. Like, it doesn't even do anything for the game.
yeah, that's the thing, right? We don't know.
It looked
They didn't
to me,
really
like
tell
that
much.
looked really boring. The game, it just looked like you
Yeah.
were flying around in space doing nothing.
Yeah, right, that's the problem. Right? You got to attach the concept to a cool gameplay idea.
I think they tried to go a Skylanders route, but
the Lego
Skylanders is,
Dimensions.
Skylanders is dying anyway thanks to Lego
Yeah,
Dimensions.
Toys to Life.
Pretty
Well,
sure Skylanders
no,
is
Lego
dead.
Dim-
Never mind dying.
It is.
in Lego Dimensions, they haven't even said anything about a potential like third year. So I'm pretty sure Lego Dimensions has been dead now for a while.
I think
They're just releasing everything that they've said from last year, and
Toys to Life is just
yeah,
dead
Disney
itself.
Infinity got is already
That's wiped out.
Yeah, that got canceled a couple months ago.
I think Skylanders are not making any more games.
Like
I don't think they
Skylanders
officially
was like
announced it,
super
but-
popular. Like I used to work at a toy store, and Matt, you even sell Skylanders too. Like remember that used to be like one of the most popular things
So-
ever.
Yeah.
When EB Games was still taking in Skylanders for trade, it sucked ass because I actually knew majority of the characters at that point because it was each individual SKU. So like I can't even remember them now anymore, but I used to remember the names. And so when people used to trade them in and buy new ones and whatever, then it was like insane. Like that was like the peak of it when Giants and then
Swap Force or
Swap-
Imaginators was like the newest one. I think it
Imagineers
is
is
Swap
the newest
Force.
one, yeah. As soon as Superchargers hit and they changed it all, dead. That's it. As soon as it went to racing, dead.
Yeah, well-
They did because it did really popular. They were still even putting them out on Wii for like the longest time. So
yeah.
that's how you, like it did really well. Then it kind of like it's kind of like the music genre of this generation, where it
Yeah.
kind of just like fell off a bridge after a while.
Yeah, it's honestly amazing how well they did with those characters, which are like
I think
they have nothing. They have no like nostalgic background like Nintendo's characters do. So
Nintendo
it's really
lucked
amazing
out.
how well
I
they
think Nintendo lucked out by not making it exclusive for just one game only.
Yeah. The well, it's Spyro. That's what it is.
And
Did you know that?
also,
Yeah, but
because
yeah,
it originally
but
started off as a Spyro reboot.
Yeah.
Not a reboot, but like putting Spyro into this
Yeah,
game.
but even Spyro isn't the biggest of names.
And then they put him back
Yeah.
into. They put Crash Bandicoot in it last
Yeah.
year when they announced
Yeah.
this Crash remasters, which comes out tomorrow
Yeah,
or
it does.
today when
It
this
does, it
podcast
does.
comes out. Which I want to play them, but I'm poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to life.
The I don't know. The first one was Spyro's Adventure. It just I don't know. I remember playing Spyro as a kid on the PS2, and then I saw this thing, and I'm like, "What the hell am I looking at?" And I threw up.
Yeah,
Literally, it was all over his computer screen. I remember.
Ugh. You played Far Cry 5 twice.
Oh yeah, I did.
Well, 1.5.
Yeah, I played like the same demo in like different ways.
So how was it?
It was very Far Cry,
Yeah?
which isn't bad. But they have a new system for it called Guns for Hire. So there's a bunch of different like sidekicks you can have in the game. So the three that were at the that were in the demo were, I believe, the Boomer the dog was his name. So it's a dog sidekick that you can pretty much order to go like take out enemies and just go like chomp them and shit. And then you also had, I believe his name was Nick. It was the guy. He was in one of the original trailers. He had the yellow like biplane with the machine gun attached to it.
With him and his son, yeah.
Yeah, and did he have a son? I don't think he
He
had
has-
a son.
the
Or
trailer
maybe he
was-
has a son. Yeah.
The trailer was him talking about protecting his
Yeah.
son and whatever.
Regardless, he was one of the people, and he could pretty much call him to like bomb certain areas of the map or like kill certain enemies. And then the other person you had, I forget her name, but she was a sniper. And
The girl with the bar, right?
yeah. And it was really cool because much like Far Cry, I had one playthrough where I did it really stealthily, and another one where I pretty much ziplined in from the top of the tower, marked all my enemies, ziplined all the way down, and just like shotgunned everyone, threw grenades. I had Nick at that point, the airplane guy, and he was just like bombing trucks and everything. It was really fun. It's really I know you guys aren't like the hottest on Far Cry, but I fucking love Far Cry. I know Mike isn't, but
I know.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
I would buy it honestly, definitely.
but it's really good. I'm interested to the story too because the whole cult aspect to it looks really cool.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
established before Mike's a big fan of cults.
I was just gonna say like, that's the only part of the game
Yeah.
I'm interested in is
Yeah.
the cult because
Yeah.
I mean, what?
But yeah, I love Far Cry.
When does
and
that come out actually?
it's
I didn't catch the
February.
date.
February or February
February,
something.
Right.
Um,
Missed
Which
something.
thank God it's not this year.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't. Never mind. My bad. Keep scrolling. What about Just Dance?
oh,
Yeah,
so
shout out to
my
BB Rexa.
my absolute favorite thing at that convention was walking around, and it was the Bethesda booth, and then it was the Ubisoft booth. And the reason I bring this up now is because they had a whole bunch of the fans on stage dancing or
Oh, yeah,
whatever,
and you could just see
and then
the
you see a giant red tomato with sunglasses, a goatee, and a smirk on his face, just sitting there dancing and going at it. I'm just like, what's happening? But I love it. I
The guy in that
absolutely love
costume must have hated his life.
Oh
decisions.
my goodness.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite part, honestly.
It was just so rad though.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else was
But I'm glad that they just pretty much they were like, here's a quick like 90-second Just Dance bit, and then they're like, BB Rexa came out, sang her song, and then she's like, here's the game, it's out here, bye. Like
Yeah.
they didn't focus on it way too long.
Yeah.
They do
I'm
the same as they do every
did,
single
did they
year.
open with it or no?
No, it was like in the middle.
Yeah,
That's what they usually do.
Yeah,
right?
they usually open it with it.
Get the shit
Like even before,
stuff
they,
out
like
the
one
way.
year they had like Jason Derulo come out. Like they had BB Rexa. They have like stars come out.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
but they didn't make a whole thing of it. I remember one year Flow Rider was there, my boy.
This boy.
Okay. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, I can't believe. Wait, did we miss anything else?
No.
Is there anything?
I was just thinking. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. We didn't talk about Assassin's Creed.
Soon.
Well, no, they glossed over it pretty much. They were like, it was at the
Yeah,
Microsoft
'cause it was
show.
at the Microsoft
They had like after their press
Yeah,
conference.
but we
they gave,
glossed
like-
over it when we were talking about Microsoft.
It looks like
That's what I'm
Assassin's Creed, but
saying.
cool.
Basically.
So from what I saw, I absolutely love it. I absolutely
yeah.
love the fact that now it's Eagle Vision. Actual Eagle Vision. You're not staring through walls and whatever.
I wonder if it'll have the modern day shit attached to it. Well,
don't
apparently
know.
people were saying like once you died, it still said like desynchronized, so they must still have like
Oh, that's
modern
not
shit
good.
tied to it.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like just get rid of it already. No one cares.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as it's like minimalist, like if there's no like walking around, that's okay. If they just do like some cutscenes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Like Assassin's Creed 4 was really bad at it.
Yeah, they were just like random walking around in that
Yeah, the
building. and
upstairs
it's like,
thing.
yeah, it's like come on, I don't
Unity,
care.
like Unity had it too, but it was pretty much just like cutscenes of it.
Unity, it wasn't even. It was.
Or not
honestly-
Unity. I meant Syndicate. I didn't play Unity.
Or sorry.
Yeah, Syndicate was just cutscenes. I don't think there was any
no.
walking around.
I didn't play
Unity,
Unity.
was the same
I don't
thing.
remember
Unity, it
Unity,
was just
was
them
it?
talking. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
Just get away from it, man.
Yeah. The
Minimal, just keep it to minimal. If you want to
Yeah.
use it to tell a story, that's fine, but just keep it to minimum.
unless they magically bring Desmond back or something, but whatever.
But Beyond Good and Evil 2, I can't believe this is back in the way that it is. Like it looks, it's not just because before it was kind of like almost like a 3D, like a character platformer. Almost, I don't even know what you would classify the first one as. It was very weird.
Yeah.
But now it's like pretty
Unique.
much like hard, like rated M, like swearing animals.
Yeah.
And like a whole like galaxy exploration game. Like Michel Ancel was saying that you could pretty much go from like one planet to another seamlessly. Like they have like a lot of like big aspirations and hopes for this
Yeah.
game, but this game can't be coming out for
No.
until like 2020 or something.
That's the thing. You got to take everything that you saw with a total grain of salt. Like everything you saw there is probably going to change. Like even that monkey's probably look totally
Yeah.
different because you know that trailer was made specifically for E3. So
I just wonder like how the hell are they even gonna get this to go? Because in the way that they were talking about it, almost seemed to like No Man's Sky-ish, and then like I don't know, like people were fucking real upset about No Man's Sky, and
true.
hopefully it's because they don't want to like No Man's Sky was based off of like math in a way, where everything was pretty much like it wasn't created by hand, whereas this I'm pretty sure they want to create it by hand.
right, yeah, No Man's Sky was randomly generated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So we'll see. And I would be shocked if this game comes to Switch, as if remember how there were rumors of
not
this
even-
game being like a Switch exclusive.
exclusive. I was going to say not even that it was going to come to Switch. The rumors that it was exclusive, and it's
Because
like
they haven't announced any platforms, and if this game comes to Switch, it's going to be a complete gimped version.
yep,
I can think.
like all third party
Yeah.
games are, unfortunately.
Oh, remember, Mike? We played FIFA on Switch.
Oh yeah,
Did you really?
yeah.
it
We didn't
was-
tell you about that.
Because it had 0 people there, of course, in the Nintendo booth.
Yeah, dude, we were literally trying to find a game to play with. Like, oh, Fire Emblem. Oh, it's gonna be like 3 hours. Oh,
They had
okay.
like 2 TVs for Fire Emblem, and here's like 5 TVs playing FIFA. No one's playing because it's a bunch of sweaty
Yeah.
nerds who don't want to fucking even like digitally play sports.
There's literally nobody in front of us. We literally stood there for like
you could've
30
been there
seconds
all day.
and hopped in. Yeah.
I was in the Nvidia section, and I played Project Cars 2 on one of the PCs.
Oh,
It
really?
was just open. I was just like, okay.
They
random.
They didn't even have like I'm surprised they didn't have. Or wait, was Project Cars 2 was at which booth?
Project Cars 2 had its own.
Oh, okay.
Project Cars 2, it was beside the Ubisoft one. It was the
Yeah, because I remember it was beside something else. It was beside the Dragon Ball game, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It
Yeah,
had the
that area.
race. It was aligned like a racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it was.
Yeah.
They had the like boost and everything. But I just played on a regular controller on like the PC, like the Nvidia PC, and it was whatever. It's a racing game, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
The FIFA on Switch.
How was that?
It was FIFA.
It was
on
FIFA on Switch.
Really? I was
We'll
expecting
see if
it's
we
like
can buy
super
it.
laggy and shitty and whatnot.
No, it
but
was,
No, it was
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like a special optimized version for
Probably.
Switch.
Also,
Yeah.
guess who won the match?
Who?
Just guess.
Marcus.
Hell no. He didn't score a
I
single
don't know.
goal off.
There's no proof of this.
I won
Mike didn't
1-0.
score until like about like 10 minutes before the game ended.
I remember at the end of the game, I almost scored myself, and like
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
literally like.
Did you
ready
play-
to
I pretty
cry.
much just slide, like my guys were all just like slide,
Slide
tackling.
tackle everything.
They all had like grassy asses by the end of the
But
game.
you were the Portuguese one.
No, oh, true. Yeah, did win the Euro Cup last time.
They did.
God. I mean,
We got 4 stars though. So
We're Italian. We're better.
We didn't even get to pick which team.
Racism.
it was.
It was like Chelsea against.
Against who cares?
I don't remember what the other team
Soccer.
was. Yeah.
It's not like it's the most popular sport in the world or anything. Who cares? I'm gonna get
This is
so
true.
much. I'm gonna get so much hate for that.
This is true.
Don't no one listens to the show. You won't get hate.
Yeah, I
yet.
don't
Yeah.
think our listeners care about soccer.
Literally, like the 3 people who listen. Thanks, guys.
Yep. I think I'm the only gamer who likes a sport.
I enjoy good soccer
I like
from
sports.
now and then, or
Okay.
good hockey from now and then.
I'm an intense baseball fan. So
I like golf.
are you an intense golf fan?
I like.
Not
No,
really.
he did have like a
Okay,
framed
I-
photo of Tiger Woods here
That's
before.
true. Where is it?
I don't know.
It's gone.
To be honest, this photo of Tiger Woods has been in my house for oh god.
Oh,
Matt's
you know what you
family
should do?
supported him all throughout his hardships.
Yeah, that's it.
You should replace that picture with the one of his. I don't know if you shot his mugshot.
His mugshot recently.
Yeah, you should
Honestly-
replace it with that one.
I'm not even kidding. Like this picture of Tiger Woods has been sitting in my house for like at least the last 10 or 11 years
It's
or
like
something.
framed too, as if he's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, it was
member of your
bought.
family.
It was bought.
They're
Like,
so proud of
you see
him.
that one?
Yeah.
That's the Maple Leafs one. It was bought like that. It was whatever. But yeah, when all that stuff first came out, my mom was like, "Yeah, no, she's taking this down." And then I guess it moved into here, and then well,
You're
now
like,
it's gone
you'll
again.
be back one day, Tiger.
We got off topic there.
yeah, we did.
So I think all we're missing now is the Nintendo.
No, Assassin's Creed. We didn't
No,
talk about it.
the
Okay, we
Sony
talked about
one.
Assassin's Creed. We know what Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
is.
whatever. It's Assassin's
I'll
Creed.
talk
Assassin's
about
Creed,
it.
we said, and like, yeah, hopefully.
Eagle Vision, yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Then the Sony one.
Oh yeah, we didn't just talk about Sony, did we?
I told you.
No, we didn't talk about Sony. We didn't talk about Bethesda. We didn't talk about
Oh,
Nintendo.
we didn't talk about Bethesda. We didn't talk about Devolver Digital. I won't say anything about Devolver Digital. If anyone just wants to know, go look it up. It was one of the most funniest things ever. It was pretty much it was more of a sketch than a press conference. It was really funny.
Let's talk about what we played. We played Wolfenstein.
We're not going to go through the rest of the
No.
things.
We
Why
are.
not?
We are.
Oh,
We're
better.
What are we doing? Bethesda?
well,
Okay,
we
Bethesda
missed that.
we can do quick.
Wait,
I
are we
mean-
talking about what we played, or are we talking about?
No, let's just go through
the.
Bethesda again.
Bethesda, because we've played Wolfenstein.
Oh, okay.
We did play Wolfenstein.
So we waited 5 hours in line.
Solid 5
I
hours.
played a shit ton of Zelda that day,
Hey,
which
the
is fun.
Bethesda girls were worth it.
You can't say that. You're a pervert.
I speak the truth, children.
That was the saddest thing you've ever said publicly.
We have like -3 viewers, so it's fine.
It's true.
Yeah.
They'll know the truth.
One day, if this show ever gets popular and Mike gets any sort of fame from this, people are going to go back to that. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
when Donald Trump said that quote.
Yeah.
When Mike's
Grab it
running
by
for
the blank.
when Mike's running for prime minister.
Yeah.
People are
They're
bring
gonna
this back.
find this podcast and they're gonna see he liked
We're-
the Bethesda girls.
We're Canadian, so I like how you said Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it in the family.
so
I
we
showed
played-
for premiere. Get rid of Kathleen Wind.
Shut up.
Piece of crap.
Now people know where we are. Damn it. Whatever.
People don't know who Kathleen Wind is.
Stop saying her name.
I know who Kathleen.
You're not even
Wind is.
saying it right.
I know it's not. It's not. There's no D at the end. It's like a
All right.
Anyway,
away
back
from
to what-
politics, please.
back to what we were doing. Nothing but politics.
Even though I brought it up, my apologies.
NDP.
Idiot. Yeah, and
Like the NDP party.
Oh god.
Well, we were getting off topic real quick here. Bethesda. So Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I loved it.
Aren't you going to go through the entire thing?
Yeah.
Well, we'll start with Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein was the last thing.
Shut up, Marcus. I don't care.
We waited 5 hours. I want to talk about it. Okay. I love Wolfenstein.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, I have not finished those games yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, then you must really love it if you haven't finished it.
I know, right? I haven't finished Wolfenstein 1 or 2
Yeah.
because I'm waiting to get a little closer to the date so that I can play Wolfenstein: The New Order, then The Old Blood, and Wolfenstein 2. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, so the mission we played through was pretty fun.
The mission, yeah.
Yeah, you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's the sickest part, honestly. Like that's
I
amazing.
thought it was going to be super restricting and super shitty, but it was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, they made
to
it
move
flow
around.
really nicely, even
Yeah.
though you're in a wheelchair. You don't feel like you're in a wheelchair, which
Yeah.
is kind of weird at the same time. It's like, come on, you're in a
No, no,
wheelchair.
you-
You should not be able to move like that guy was able to move
Yeah, but
while
he's
shooting.
fucking BJ Blazkowicz.
So yeah, it's a video game, so you just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, it was fun.
And I like
Enjoyed
the
it.
like puzzle elements too, of like having to figure out how to get to like the top floor,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can't go up the stairs or anything. And you, there are also like environmental hazards too, with the
traps.
the traps. Like the one of your buds like sets up like electric traps all over the thing, and there's like levers that you can pull that sets them off, and, like shocks people.
I kept running into those time and time again. I didn't see them, and I kept dying.
What do you mean? They were like the easy. There was like dead corpses all around.
I know, but I didn't see it. And you know how many times I died because of those? Like probably like 5 or 10 times.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. The first playthrough, I walked out of that initial door and I killed the first 2 guys that were sitting in front. Instantly, this guy was like aim locking or something. Inhuman reactions by the
computer.
bot. I know, right?
Well, so it makes sense for me.
This guy, I literally got like insta dinked. Like
Yeah.
this guy insta headshotted me. I'm just like, oh okay.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah, I don't know what difficulty you guys played it on, but yeah, I got wrecked in
Played
that
it
first
on
one too.
the third one. There was like 5, and I played it on.
Yeah.
I played it on the 4th one because I'm stupid. But whatever.
Yeah, I think I did the 4th one too, and I got wrecked in that same
I
room.
dropped
And then
it,
I'm just
guys.
like, yeah, no, this is not happening, and I dropped it.
I dropped it.
I dropped it down to the lowest one because I just want to get through this.
I just
'cause was
wanted
Oh
to-
annoyed.
wait, you could have dropped it mid game.
Yeah, you just pause it. And then
You dropped it down to the lowest.
I did
one.
because I was so frustrated. I'm just like, okay, I kept dying at this exact same part. I'm
No,
like,
I
I
dropped
don't
it
want
down
to do
once.
this again. So I just, yeah.
So I ended up killing him, and then the first room you walk to where the trap is, and where he's like, "Don't move." He's like, "Don't move a muscle." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." I put my controller down, and then bang, got zapped. I'm like, "I didn't
Nice.
move. I breathed."
You're just
and he's
bad at
like,
games.
"I told you not to move," and I'm like, "I didn't."
I remember when I was playing, I heard that guy say that. I'm like, what is he talking about? Whatever. I'll just ignore him. And I walked right into it like, oh,
Wow,
I'm
what
an
an
idiot.
You did not move well enough, Matt.
Apparently, he's like, "Don't move a muscle." I'm
At
like,
least
"Okay,
it's
cool."
like, don't move.
The second
Fucking
time
walks
around,
in.
though, he's like, "Don't move a muscle." I'm like, "Got it." I moved closer, and then he's like, "Okay, come." I'm like, "What?"
Makes sense.
It was so funny. But
Wolfenstein,
no.
yeah. It was one of my top 3 games. One of my favorite
yeah.
that I played there.
I especially liked the halfway through the demo, or after you finish it. Sorry, they're like, "Okay," and they give you the strawberry smoothie.
Oh yeah,
which was delicious.
in
by
real
the way.
life, not in the demo.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. The strawberry
IRL.
smoothie from the trailer that the
That one of like the generals or whatever got.
Yeah.
Orders, yeah.
Commandant.
I didn't get one because
Mike's a bitch.
I just decided not to get one.
It's because Mike's a
It
bitch.
was actually like the best thing I ate there, aside from like the Far Cry 5 free food that I got. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
you
Like
literally
yeah,
got-
Far Cry 5, they gave me like a meal voucher, and then it was outside the LA Live area. They were like streaming esports on like the big stage where the VIP
Yeah.
section had like Twitch streamer chairs that they were sitting in, and then there was like this whole Ubisoft food truck, and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
I love
This
esports.
does not. This is not any bias towards Ubisoft because they gave me free food.
Not at all.
Marcus has just became the #1 biggest Ubisoft fan.
Yeah, South Park Factored Butthole in stores later this year.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Mario plus
Hashtag
Rabbids,
free advertising.
Kingdom Battle.
4K on the Xbox One X, starting at
And Mario plus
$6.99.
Rabbids, yeah.
Got to get those rabbits in HD. True 4K. Back on track. Back to Bethesda.
Marcus, run through Bethesda.
There was the Dishonored DLC. I don't know if you... Death of the Outsider.
Okay, I don't have a note. Matt just told me to run through it. I don't fucking have any notes or anything, so I'm trying to go. It opened with... Oh, no, they had the whole Bethesda Land thing.
Yeah,
It opened with kids talking about their parents. I'm trying to remember what game they actually started off with. What did
I
they
don't
start
remember.
off? Oh, they started off with Skyrim and Fallout 4 in VR.
And Doom.
Or
Are
no,
you
actually,
sure?
no, not
No, it
Skyrim.
wasn't.
It was Doom and Fallout 4 in VR.
Yeah.
I think it was Fallout 4 completely in VR, and then Doom VFR. So, like,
Yeah.
virtual fucking reality or whatever it stands for.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's actually like Fallout 4, like an entire game in VR. Other than that, like none of us have VR or really care about VR, so there's that.
Yeah,
If you
so
like
it's just
VR, there you
whatever.
go. Then they talked about Elder Scrolls for a shit ton. They had the Elder Scrolls Online thing that Matt loves.
Yes.
Morrowind
Cool.
or
We talked
whatever.
about that. Whatever. Elder Scrolls card game. I don't know. I don't think any of us are ever going to play that.
I actually considered it, so I like the card
Matt
games.
considered it. Then they talked about Skyrim on the Switch, where you can now tap into Link Amiibo and play as Link from Breath of the Wild.
That was so wild,
and,
random.
And finally, you can play with motion controls. So there
oh
you
yeah,
go.
man! I've heard people
Like
asking about
everyone's
that
gonna
to
do.
play Skyrim with motion controls for like the past 10 years. So
It's what everyone.
good thing they
wanted.
put that in. Woof.
Then
Wiping the sweat from my brow.
Then there was the Dishonored 2 DLC that Mike talked about. I still haven't finished Dishonored 2. I want to go back to it.
I haven't even started, bro.
I loved Dishonored 1 so much. I just kept falling out of Dishonored 2.
Well, that's Overwatch's fault.
Yeah, it actually is Overwatch.
I like Dishonored 2 better than Dishonored 1, but I didn't really like Dishonored 1, so I don't know really what that means for you.
It's a good game. I just keep falling out of it.
Again, Mike is a bitch.
And then they talked
Thank you.
about. There was the Evil Within 2 trailer, which had a cool cover of Ordinary World by Duran Duran in a different style. It was really cool, and there was a guy all in like white liquid. Who knows what that white liquid was?
Who knows? Could be anything.
Could be milk.
Could be
Could be Yope.
could be a man at sea, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then it could. Then they had. There was that Evil Within. I'm surprised it's actually getting a sequel this year. Like everything they showed off at their conference came out this year, or is coming out this year. And then after Evil Within 2 was Wolfenstein.
Well,
I might have missed something, Matt. Did you pull something up that showed?
He
No.
tried, but he couldn't find anything. I don't really. There wasn't really that long of a conference. It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
or
it was
30
like nice
minutes.
and
Like
short.
they didn't have a lot to show.
Like they actually went different, and they were like, "Oh, we're just going to show everything out this year," which is interesting. So, what are you going to have next year?
Nothing. That's waiting until
Like,
the next E3.
are they going to have anything like pre E3 next year? Because they had Prey earlier this year before E3. So I'm
true.
interested in what they're going to, if they do another E3 showcase or any showcase of their own. What will they show?
I don't know. It's fine.
Sorry.
They're laughing at something.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know.
Moving
Okay.
on. The
Sorry.
Sony
fine.
thing. They showed so much, so you should
Yeah,
pull
Sony.
something up.
Yeah.
Sony?
Pull up the Sony.
Sony?
Yes,
Okay, I'll
pull
start
up
off with what I remember. They opened up with Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Spooderman.
That closed the show, you.
Yeah.
Dope.
Spoiler. Gosh. what's wrong?
No, but they showed off Lost Legacy, which looks cool. It's
Yeah.
The more and more they show it, the more and more I'm like, wow, this isn't just going to be like a regular expansion pack, because it is a standalone DLC, and it's like there have been like rumors floating around that it's about 10 hours long, and that this isn't a full-on Uncharted game. So
Yeah, it's kind of
not
interesting.
full-on like actual like good Uncharted experience.
Yeah, it's like it started out when they announced it as like a DLC, but then it's since become like
And keep forgetting this is coming out this year.
it's what is that?
Where was that?
What are you talking about?
I think that's on. I think
Oh,
This
it's
is
on-
a radio
West
show.
Hall?
People can't
Sorry,
see
yeah.
this.
It's just above the convention center. It's like this whole PS4 like poster, but I don't remember seeing it. But Matt distracted me.
Other than that, then they showed off. After that was Days Gone? No, it was I think
This
Days
is-
Gone or the Horizon
This
DLC.
is not what this
not
is.
in order.
No, this is not even what they announced. This is what predicted.
All right. Well, after that, they showed off either Days Gone or the Horizon DLC.
Either way, but like, yeah, pick one and talk about it.
I'm gonna guess they talked about Days Gone. So they had Days Gone. That demo showed off way better than what way better than what they showed off last year. This looked more like Last of Us style gameplay, and we'll see if the story can actually hold up to that. Last year was just that like whole tech demo of like here's a bunch of zombies and what they can do. This time here's a bunch of zombies on screen at once chasing you. This here is actually like here's what you can use them for. And it showed him like the main character, whatever his name is, like blowing off a door or blowing off like a dam, like a part of a dam, and like letting all these freakers, actually they're called, not zombies.
Blowing off Dan? Who's Dan?
I said a
Oh,
dam.
good one.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, Matt.
So I have you in my right ear as well, so it's... Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, Marcus. It definitely showed this year better than it showed last year. Like, there's no debating that it did. But like at the same time, it didn't exactly look amazing this year either.
I think it looked way better.
It way better, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to me. It doesn't scream like first party AAA to me.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, it's not like catching my attention. By the
then-
way, you were wrong. It was Horizon before
Okay,
Days
it was
Gone.
Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah. They showed off the Horizon Winter DLC, which
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'll go back to Horizon, but Horizon
Still have
was
to
one of
play
the
it.
best games this year and one of the best games on PS4. So it was pretty strong showing, and that comes out this year too. And like fucking that and Horizon and the Uncharted expansion were the only things that they showed off for first party that's coming out this year. That they showed at the showcase.
This is
Everything
true.
else was still next year, or didn't have it. It was said 2018, or didn't have a date attached to it.
Yeah. Wait. What was that game that you were like? There's no way that's coming out this year, and then it did, and then you were like, do you remember this when we were watching it?
No.
Okay, maybe we'll come. Okay, well, the next one was Monster Hunter. They talked about
Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter.
or
None of us
the
are really
world.
Monster Hunter fans. So.
I like Monster Hunter. I had it for the 3DS.
Which one did you have?
Monster Hunter 4.
4.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. I actually thought this was a PlayStation exclusive. I was wrong. It is for everything.
Yeah, it's Capcom. Like again, well, Capcom's now a tradition where they're showing a big game off at of PlayStation show. Last year at E3, they showed off Resident Evil 7. Then they showed off Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite at PSX last year. Now they're showing off Monster Hunter. I already forgot.
Shadow of the Colossus getting remade.
Yeah,
for
I was
PS4.
surprised that this is well. A lot of people are excited about this. Shadow of the Colossus is my favorite Team Eco game. It's a really good game. Like maybe the best PS2 game. We'll see. We'll see. This is my opinion. One of the best PS2 games, at least. I played it not too long ago on PS3 with that and the Eco remaster, so I didn't get too hyped up for this. But if they can actually make this not control like an assy PS2 game, like the PS3 versions all continue to do so, and The Last Guardian did as well, then maybe it can be good. Or maybe it can be even better, because it's already a fucking amazing game.
Yeah.
But people are stoked for it. If you guys, I don't think you guys ever played this, right?
No,
If
I
you're going to
haven't.
play a Team Eco game, play that one, because it is genuinely amazing.
That's what I was gonna say. Of all those 3 games, that's the one I've heard that people recommend the most. So if it's definitely interesting for me. I don't know when it comes out. Do you remember?
Next year.
Next year.
And
Okay.
well, because the thing is since it's not only Japan Studio and Team Eco, and they're not even called Team Eco anymore. They changed their name, I think, but I'm still calling them Team Eco. It's by Bluepoint. Bluepoint is developing it, and they usually do,
really?
they focus on remasters and
Bluepoint-
remakes.
Yeah.
They did the Titanfall 360 port, and they've done a whole bunch more. They didn't do the Zelda games, did they, for 3DS? I
No,
don't
it was
think so.
Grezzo.
Yeah, but they mainly focus on remasters and remakes. So that's what makes me hopeful for. That's what makes me hopeful for the game that'll actually come out next year, and that it might have a new control style and everything.
Yeah.
Call of Duty World War II.
Just keep scrolling.
It looks cool. Matt
Really?
Matt already is on record that he hates Activision for some reason. I think the campaign looks really cool because it's not you're not like a super soldier and just you and your little platoon of boys. You're actually just like some random teenage kid who's just been put in this war, and it's just you and your squad going through, going from point A to point B for this mission. You're not globe-trotting, going from Germany to France to wherever in the war. You're actually just doing one straight mission.
I saw a whole bunch of multiplayer gameplay. I was not impressed.
But we know Matt hates Activision. That's his bias that he's put out.
I was
This
just
could be a new
not-
running joke. I like that.
I don't know. I don't know. I know a lot of people are super excited for it. It's just because it's boots on the ground again, like you were saying. It's no more super soldiers. That's what people are calling it. It looks like Battlefield 1 with Nazis.
It's
And
World War II, not 1. Come on. Looks like
on,
Battlefield 1 with
It's like
Nazis.
20 years between those 2 wars.
It just doesn't look great.
How does it not look great?
I don't know. I just didn't like what I saw. It's just another.
Take out the name Call of Duty. Would you think it looked great?
No.
I think Call of Duty is influencing your decision making
I
here.
totally agree.
So the biggest issue I have with this game is the lack of, or I guess it's too consistent with the other games. Yes, I get it. It's there's no more jumping around and this and that or whatever, but it just looks all the same, and I'm so sick of it. That's me. Again, it's my own personal.
It's the same style of Call of Duty that we've seen before, but I think it's a nice fresher breath air than the typical how we've just been going further and further into the future.
Yeah, I mean, even I'm gonna be honest with you, Titanfall, it's just too similar. Again, it's not bad, but it's too similar. It's whatever. It's not something I'd play.
There's definitely
That's
a
why.
saturation of first person shooters.
Yeah,
In the,
it's
in
just
the industry
again, not
right now.
something I'd play. And you guys bought it. You guys love Titanfall.
I love.
But
I did
Titanfall
love
2,
Titanfall 2,
Yeah,
yes.
Titanfall
which is
2,
from ex Call of Duty developers. So
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just
true.
it's just too similar. It's just something I'd play. I'm looking for something different. That's me. I've played here's the problem. Not the problem. I've played first person shooters all my life. That is my genre. That's something I always go to. But so I'll play Halo because it's different. I'll play Battlefield because it's a different style of shooter. Call of Duty is the run and gun, and that's it. That's what you're doing. There's
But it
really no
works.
thought. I don't know.
Anyways,
That's just-
guys, we're missing the point
Yeah.
here. The big game here is Monster of the Deep.
I forgot what that was.
That was
What is
the
this?
Final Fantasy of
Oh, the
fishing
fishing
game.
VR game. Oh, we're going into VR
Yes,
now.
this is the game that we need to be talking about and having a
I
vigorous
found
debate
that
about.
fucking hilarious how they changed their like whole like epic combat style or whatever. It looked epic. People were saying like Final Fantasy fans were like, this does not look that great. They changed it to a fucking fishing
It's
simulator.
a fishing game. It's a fishing.
Nothing screams Final Fantasy more than fishing. I don't care about Final Fantasy. I don't care about VR
It's
that
just-
much, but there you
It's
go.
just so
Fishing.
random. It's just so
Fishing.
random.
Fishing.
Fishing.
A whole bunch of VR stuff, which I actually said, by the way.
And no first party one like I thought.
No.
It's more just like
Not surprising.
Skyrim.
catering to the hardcore VR consumer that they have.
Skyrim is coming to VR.
Yeah, that's where they
A
should
military
start.
shooter called Bravo Team.
Bravo Team, that's from Supermassive, who did Until Dawn.
Star Child. The Impatient.
The Impatient, also from Supermassive, who did Until Dawn.
Monster
And
Hunter Team.
apparently the Impatient takes place before Until Dawn, or it takes place in the
the
Until
same
Dawn
universe?
world, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Interesting.
really nice. Yeah.
I'm going to put a pin in Supermassive. I'm going to come back to this.
All right. New God of War.
New God. Oh, okay. Oh, they also shut off Moss, which was that mouse game
Oh,
for
yeah,
PSVR. New God of War. I'm glad they didn't do like an entire demo. They just showed like this trailer with like different scenes. It looks really cool. Like my most anticipated game for next year, I'd say.
You know what this reminds me of? If you've ever played Dark Souls 1 before.
Actually, no, that'd be Spider-Man. Continue. Sorry.
If
I
you've ever
was going
played-
to say. Sorry.
If you've ever played Dark Souls 1 before, this giant creature thing looks like one of the giant creature
His
thing.
name is Kratos.
No.
Good meme.
okay.
He's joking. Don't
Anyway.
worry. Look at his
Don't
face.
insult Mr. God of War.
Mr. God of War.
Do you really think Halo would
Mr. Halo.
Mr. Halo wouldn't want to be called by his official name?
I'm sorry.
God.
Come on, Marcus.
Damn it.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
God
You
of
and
War.
really think that Zelda himself
Zelda himself.
wouldn't?
Mr. Zelda, come on.
Sorry, I apologize. Let's be real. It's Mr. Tingle.
Or
There is a Tingle
or
pack coming out soon.
Skyrim.
Skyrim himself.
Mr. Skyrim.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
God of War is
It does look
super
cool.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yes,
now.
Daddy. I mean, what?
Mike again with the pervy comments.
And then there's the
This is only
biggest
for
game
author.
from Sony. There's the biggest game that was at Sony's
Uh,
conference.
Detroit.
Detroit. Oh, this is one. Mike was like so upset that he couldn't play this.
Dude, we
I also really wanted to
tried.
play it, but yeah.
We tried so much on that app to get in, and it just wouldn't let us. And then
I
when
didn't
we
bother.
went, they wouldn't even let us. And it's just like, you guys suck.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Sony this year decided.
Which I think they might do every year. I don't know.
Sony this year decided rather than having people stand in lines, they were going to make people download this app and then try to get in lines.
But the app didn't work, so it didn't.
Well,
was
yeah.
mute
60
anyways.
Yeah, when you have like thousands of people trying to get it at once under the same Wi-Fi and everything.
This is true. But yeah, we're super
I like-
excited for Detroit.
I like this headline.
Detroit is about sad
So,
robots becoming mad
On
robots.
on Kotaku, Detroit is about sad robots becoming mad robots.
I like that actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is. But yeah,
Basically, the game.
definitely excited for that. Who
They're
knows when it's going to come out though?
androids. They're androids.
Shut up.
But yeah, Detroit looks cool. I didn't even know the apparent what.
If they're androids, then my Samsung Note 7 just exploded because it got mad.
Wow. All right. So apparently, I'm not sure. I think someone was saying this is supposed to come out next year. Like at least every first party, even though they're not first party, is like every exclusive PlayStation game should be out by next year. That they showed at this show. I doubt this game's coming out next year.
Yeah,
I doubt it too, but like that's the hope, right?
I say that they're going to say next year and then delay it until the year after.
Because I think Sean Layden said that every game that had 2018 at the end of it will come out by the first half of the year.
It's the second quarter.
and
We'll see.
Detroit didn't have 2018 at the end of it. It literally
Detroit
had
and I
nothing.
think Days Gone didn't, but God of War and Spider-Man and
Spooderman.
whatever else they had did.
Speaking of it, Spooderman,
Yee.
Spotterman.
that I think that gameplay trailer or gameplay demo was probably the best of E3.
If they had played that, I would have waited all 3 days just to play that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
The so it brought me back when I first saw it, the whole gang thing. Because you played the old Spider-Man games, right?
Yeah, like from PS2 and stuff.
PS2, the original Xbox. So
Spider-Man 2 game,
I
yeah.
played the absolute shit out of those games. It was like defending from the gangs and stuff and whatever. That was my stuff. That was
And it's
what I-
Insomniac, which is like
Yeah.
they can make
Yeah, an
like
actual developer.
combat fun and stuff. Because here's the thing: apparently, it's the team that did Sunset Overdrive, and the problem that I had with Sunset Overdrive was that in order to have fun with the combat, you constantly had to be moving around, and I didn't like constantly
Well-
having to be grinding on rails and shit.
To be fair, to be
be
fair,
yeah.
nice. That was the point of the game.
Yeah, it
that's
was
what
the
made it
point.
interesting, right? This,
It's
I
Spider-Man.
see where they would style it the same way because it's Spider-Man and he's flexible.
To
anyway.
me, it seems more like Ratchet meets Batman Arkham.
Yeah.
Which is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely looks cool. Definitely
at the
super excited.
like the people have been noting that there's a lot of QTEs, but I don't mind it. Apparently, it might not supposed to be just all that. We'll see. I don't mind QTEs if it's like you're in a pretty cool you're in a pretty cool scenario and
Yeah.
it makes sense for it. Like it ended with him you're like pressing L2 R2 L2 R2 to like shoot out your webs. Sounds
Yeah.
real wrong.
Yeah.
To shoot out your webs and after to like stop the helicopter crashing down. But like if you can make QTEs make sense, like I don't have any problem with them in Uncharted or the new Tomb Raider games. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, like, as long as it's done in a cool like cinematic, like I know there's that Uncharted 4 cinematic like sequence where there was that like the one they showed at E3, you know, the one where you're being
Yeah.
dragged along, whatever. Like like those quick time events were actually fun. Like as long as it's not just like everywhere in the game, like quick time events are fine.
Yeah.
So I don't mind
but
them.
yeah,
so I
it
don't
looked
know.
cool. Even the villains that they showed, they showed Kingpin in it. We'll see if he plays a really big role. And Mr. Negative was the guy in the helicopter, which is like a very obscure Spider-Man villain. Not a lot of people know about him. I don't even know a shit ton about him, but it's cool to see that they're actually like going in and getting really obscure things that you would normally only see in games like Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Marcus is a giant fan.
Can you tell?
No. So because the podcast is getting
Oh, and at the end they also showed Miles Morales as an Easter egg, who is is a Spider-Man, like a different version of
Because
Spider-Man.
apparently there are more Spider-Man.
Apparently, I don't know.
Sports Spider-Man, Spooderman,
Splatterman.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because the podcast is getting super long, we're gonna move to Nintendo now. And
I think we have to. Is there a watch going
Yeah,
on,
did you
Matt?
not hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone now.
Anyway,
Okay, awkward.
so,
So
Nintendo started off
the
with
biggest part we saved for last.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, and I was wrong. I was going to say people would be upset. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
This
you
is
were
true.
Yeah, actually,
This is
made
true. Well, Metroid Prime 4, how could you be mad?
a lot. Shut up!
We'll
don't
get to that.
spoil.
Oh, I was going to put a pin in Supermassive. I'm going to take that pin back out and just say before Sony started their show, they did have they showed two big things that I just wanted to bring up. One was that Undertale is coming to Vita. Yeah, Vita and PS4. And Undertale was like huge in 2015 or 2016. Yeah.
It has an Unreal soundtrack. Amazing.
Yeah, I never played it because PC, so maybe I'll play it when it comes to Vita.
It's amazing.
And then they also showed they have a new service called PlayLink, which is pretty much a Jackbox style service. You guys know the Jackbox games, right? With like Drawful,
Jack in
you
the
don't
Box?
know Jack in the Box. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop you from finishing this.
He just went through the whole thing. Wow.
It's pretty much like a Jackbox style service where they have different
Boing.
games where you have like multiple players and they're all playing on their phones, or they're all using their phones as controllers to play the
Yeah.
game. So they have, I think PS Plus in July actually has a free game called That's You, where it's pretty much take photos of each other, you draw on each other's faces, you have
Oh,
like,
I
different
wonder how that's
scenarios.
gonna end up.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be dick after dick.
Yeah.
After Dick.
But the
After
one
Dick.
Ready?
after Dick.
Wait, hang on.
boobs.
Hang on. Veiny dick.
Oh my god! And then the big thing that actually looked really cool was a game called what was the game called? Hidden Agenda. Matt, look this up for me. If it was called Hidden Agenda on PlayLink for PlayStation 4, that's what I'm calling it for now. And it's by Supermassive, and what it is, it kind of looks like a cop game, almost like a detective game, kind of. It's really weird, but it actually looks like Until Dawn style, but you have multiple players playing, and they're all influencing how the game is played on their phones. So it's kind of like voting for what you want to happen next. And one player, I believe, has like an actual a mission to accomplish that the others don't. So they're trying to try to influence people. So it's kind of like very Jackbox-esque in like how different games like Faking It will make you have to be a faker and like try and.
Yeah, you're right. It was Hidden Agenda. And actually, I hadn't seen this. This actually
This
really
looks
cool.
really freaking cool.
Yeah, did they give it like a date or whatever for this?
I don't think they did, but the service launches, I believe, next month because one of the games is free on PS Plus.
That looks really cool. Like honestly,
Yeah,
like
they showed a bunch of different games and it has potential. So
I'm reacting to this live and like wow, that sounds and looks awesome.
yeah. So another thing, like, why didn't you just show this in the show? It looked cool.
yeah,
It's fine.
Every show had their problems to me. I think.
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. Nintendo.
Never heard of them.
Me neither.
Okay, we
Breaking
start
news.
off with a man. He walks into a house. Well, no, wait. We start off with people going into underground parking lots and playing Rocket League. Girls being splatted and dudes being splatted by ink. What?
That's what's happening.
I know.
I love how in Nintendo commercials they always show people playing their games like in the game, like as in like a realistic version of the game's world. Like, why are people playing ARMS in a fucking gym? Who's bringing like raw? Who the hell? Why are teenagers in like skate parks playing Splatoon and splatting each other on the face?
Everybody's in the gym. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
No, they're going oh.
Yeah.
The entire like it breaks into a dance number.
Oh god.
People are on their ellipticals and like oh. Twintel comes in from like she's doing her deadlifts.
Oh my
Yep,
god.
Min over here coming in.
Oh
Their-
jeez.
Her ramen arms.
Okay, yeah.
Facts.
It started off with that montage, which was all games we knew, and then Rocket League, which is big. We talked about this before, how it's pretty much Rocket League. It's got Nintendo hats, and it's crossplay,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
you're PS4.
I'm super excited for that. Super excited.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Xenoblade. Come on, man. Noob.
Okay, none of us are,
Yeah, none of us care
are
about
excited
that,
about
so.
Xenoblade.
There's a Kirby game coming to the Switch in 2018.
Yep. Oh, yeah, before the show, they were like, we're not showing anything about 2018 games, or anything beyond 2017, which is why I was thinking people are going to be upset about this.
But then they lied and they showed pretty much nothing
big
but
fat
2018 games. Literally
much.
nothing but.
The Kirby game looks like a Kirby game. Kirby games are cool.
Not so.
So yeah.
Mr. Ishihara brought us the announcement that Game Freak is making a Pokemon RPG for the Switch.
One of the problems why I had with the show, this and Metroid Prime 4, was that this... Sure, they're cool because you're getting a Pokemon and Metroid game announced, but it's literally not... This one wasn't even a logo or anything.
Yeah.
It's just coming.
Yep.
It was
Basically,
it was-
shut up, it's coming.
I think that they straight out called it, out. I think it'll come out next year, so...
So this,
Will it be a new generation? Who knows?
like you, it pissed me off. I really hope not. This really pissed me,
Me
off
neither.
because it was kind of like, it's like, oh, here are these great things. By the way, this is coming out,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, back to you.
Yes.
And it's like, wait, really? Like, shut up and talk
Sounds
about
legit.
it.
Like, enjoy Pokken, which some of you want, and then here you go.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to be honest with you. They showed a black screen with a giant 4 and covered in blue flame. I didn't say anything because Mike started speaking, but I thought, oh, it's Smash Brothers because
Oh, wow, that would have been... Yeah.
that's what I thought, to be honest.
I was
going
going
to
to guess Pikmin.
because if you look at the font, it kind of looks like Smash Bros. Like,
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the blue flyer and whatever. And then he said, and then Mike goes, "Oh my god, look, it's Pikmin." Or no, maybe you said it. I don't know.
He
I
said
thought
it.
it was going to be Pikmin.
And then he freaked out, and he's
I
like,
was
"Oh my god,
yes,
I was
I'm
right." Yeah. And then,
But then-
it popped up with Metroid, and then Mike left the room.
Yeah, we
But-
all just like lost our minds. Like, what the heck?
But again, like, sure, it's cool Metroid Prime 4 is announced, but you didn't show anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to get excited over just 2 words and a number.
Yeah, but the fact that it exists in and of itself.
But this
is-
game isn't coming out next year.
No,
it might
no,
not. Who
whole-
knows if it'll come, oh my god, I'm
2020.
dying. Who knows if it'll come out
2020,
2019,
man. And they haven't even announced a developer yet. Like,
Yeah.
they literally haven't announced a developer.
I
So,
know.
like, 2020 at the earliest for this
Yeah.
game.
I'm excited. Switch game for the Switch game. It's a Yoshi game,
Yep.
the new one, anyway.
Oh yeah. So I guess Yoshi's now forever stuck as a yarn man.
Yeah. It doesn't even have a name, this game.
I know.
It's just Yoshi.
I'm aware.
So is Kirby, isn't it?
Mike,
Oh wait.
hi.
I'm gonna put a pin in this right now. Before, remember they had that direct a couple months ago. They said that there was going to be a full-on Kirby game for the Kirby 25th anniversary on 3DS later this year.
Yeah, there
and
is
They
one.
didn't show it,
No, I know.
or they haven't
I guess-
showed anything. They
I
just
guess-
showed those like Kirby mini games.
Yeah,
but not
there
an
was that
actual
like
game.
that 4-player like fighting game or whatever.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. And same with like the one that came out yesterday, the Blowout Blast.
Yeah, yeah.
But they didn't show an actual like full-on Kirby game like
Yeah.
they said.
I
Yet.
don't know. Maybe they're saving that for
Same
later,
with like
or maybe
same
they
with like
lied.
Payday 2, which they haven't talked about since. Remember
I
that
guess
whole
it's
thing?
because that's like, oh, we showed it already, so we don't need to, whatever. I
Right.
don't know.
Continue.
Mike,
Yeah.
hey. So as of today, what's out?
Well, the first DLC pack for the greatest game ever created, of course.
You mean
World 2.
Ocarina of Time? That game came out like ages ago.
You're not one of those people who think Ocarina of Time is the greatest game of all time, are you?
Superman
it's Halo
64
2.
has a DLC
Halo
pack.
2 is not the greatest game of all time.
Neither is Zelda.
Are you telling me ET for the Atari got DLC? The
No,
extraterrestrial.
in all
himself.
seriousness, Zelda is getting its first DLC pack today,
Yes.
based on this recording. Super excited for it. Yeah. Don't really know what else. We talked about this before.
We were, yeah.
Also, yes, the 4 new Zelda amiibo, which I called another correct prediction I got right with the 4 champions: Rivali, Daruk, Urbosa, and I'm missing one.
Goron.
Oh yeah, Mifa.
Link.
But yeah, we saw them at E3. They had them on display in a glass case. I don't know if you I know you saw them.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever saw them. You saw them. Yeah, well, they look really cool. So yeah, definitely gonna get those if they decide to put them on store shelves, which they haven't with other amiibo.
Yeah. We all played Mario Odyssey.
We played it twice. Me and
Yeah,
Marcus played it twice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we went back and did it a second
Bro,
time.
when we went, like, it was the last day we played it second
Yeah.
time, right? The line was, like, super short. It was shorter than the first time we
Yeah,
even
it was
went.
like half hour.
And the first time was actually really short, so.
It was like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this one was half hour. And it was like, okay,
So, Mario Odyssey, absolutely fantastic.
yeah, nothing bad to say about it.
No. It handled really well. I personally enjoyed it. My favorite mechanic is you get to just roll everywhere. I'm basically Sonic at that
Yeah.
point. Yeah. That's what, did you, I don't know if you did that.
I
but-
did, but
I tried rolling. I found the rolling to be slow, to be honest.
yeah,
I don't know.
wasn't too
I
precise.
might not have
like-
been doing something right.
No, yeah, I didn't use it that often because of whatever.
So, I found the rhythm of it, and you just fly across that map. You're just going.
What I did, I usually did the long jump. So, like, you hold, like,
Yeah.
the left bumper and then hit A or B or whatever it is.
I know you did both worlds, the sand
Yeah.
world and the.
Did you do the same one
worlds.
twice?
No, I did both. I did
Okay.
both, but I don't know which one you did. You did
The city.
Okay, well, I did both, and like I found the sand one way better.
No, I find
don't know,
New
maybe it
Donk
was me.
City better.
I watched Ant do the sand one, and I'm actually wanted to do that one.
Yeah, like I found the more like linear but like not linear approach better because it was the perfect mix of both in my opinion because you had like the straightforward path but also like branches in the road so
Yeah.
to speak of it. Whereas the New Donk City was just like here's a giant thing going in a direction.
Yeah,
Like I don't really know if
I
like
just
that
found
as
the
much.
desert world to be like there was so much like focused on the center, but on the outsides it was just like hills of sand that had nothing in them. I had my mic real far away. That had nothing in them, and it was just kind of like empty sand around you.
I mean, that's
True, but like at
that's
the
a
same
desert.
time they had like it's like a condensed location and I see what you're saying, but at the same time,
But it's a desert. Like, what the hell's in a desert?
Yeah, but why are you having empty space in the game if you're
Yeah.
not going to put anything there?
Because it's a demo, and who cares?
Yeah,
that reminds me of that in Uncharted. I think it was Uncharted 3. That scene in the desert where like you're walking around for like 10 minutes,
yeah,
and there's
that was
nothing
good.
there.
That was good.
I didn't like that.
Oh,
I
why not?
don't think we ever talked about that. I hated that part of that game.
I love that game
because
I
it's
love
just
that
like,
part.
okay, I get it. I'm stuck in the desert. I'd like, okay, cool story, bro. Like, what's next?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, back to we're talking about the Metroid 2 remake.
Oh,
for
we're
those
done
who
with
can't
Mario
see us.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
But I just want to say,
Yeah.
when they showed that trailer and that dinosaur, I did not think that was going to be Mario. So
Right?
it's cool that you can now transform into anything because it makes it like it makes Mario have more abilities than he's really ever had in the game. So and it also questions like, are they going to have traditional power ups in this game, or are they just going to stick to you're only
Yeah.
going to possess people? and
Which
things?
is great.
Is it possess? I don't know.
They had like a
It's-
special term for it,
It's captured.
capture. Yeah, yeah.
which sounds worse.
Nintendo came out with it. He's like, no, guys. He doesn't possess anybody.
No.
He captures them.
Because that
Because
makes it sound
possess
better.
sounds like-
It
Mario
literally sounds
rolls
like-
up in his white van with his white plumbing van. He's like, I'm going to capture this real life man.
You know, he literally pulls up. He's like, I'm going to capture.
Yeah.
Hey, you want the candy?
But it looks cool. It controls way better than like a Mario 64
Galaxy?
or like Sunshine.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a different style than Galaxy.
Yeah, because it's not that whole like.
Because I'm not a fan. Like I prefer the Galaxy style or even the 3D Land / World style way better than 64 and Sunshine. Those
Yeah.
are my least favorite kinds of Mario games.
I love
this
Sunshine.
one is doing a lot better, or for me at least.
I liked Galaxy. I didn't love it though. I
I
couldn't even get to the second one. I was so bad.
But yeah, Metroid. You guys say Metroid: Return to Samus.
Yeah, so I don't know how much of you saw.
Yeah, it's just a remake of
It
Metroid
is,
2.
It is just remake, but like if you watch it, it's totally different from what
Yeah.
the Metroid was. And like I've only like dabbled very shortly in Metroid. Like I played probably about 5 to 10 hours of Super Metroid, and like maybe less than 1 of the original Metroid. But like the 2D Metroids have always been games that have interested me.
Did you say injured you?
I did.
What does
yeah.
Samus Aran do?
You've injured him in the brain.
So I watched like a solid 10-minute gameplay demo of this game, and it actually looks really fun. Like I'm super excited for it. I'll probably get it day one. And yeah,
You're gonna bust out your 3DS for that?
I actually have been playing my 3DS a lot lately.
I have not.
What does that mean for the Switch?
Well, if they
What
Well,
about
hang
ARMS?
on. Zelda came out today, so
Oh, true.
if
Yeah,
they
you'll be
put if
back
they
to
put Fire Emblem on the Switch, which they are next year, but if they had put Echoes on the Switch, I would have been playing that on that because Echoes is freaking amazing. Shout out to one of my favorite games of the year.
touche.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for Nintendo. We did see Reggie a couple times.
We did.
The boy live. We're not talking about on screen. We're
Everyone
talking
went
about live.
nuts whenever he would walk by.
Reggie!
What, 3 times or whatever he would walk
My
by.
body was ready. Marcus's body was ready. Mike's body
Mike
was
walked
ready.
by Bill Trinan.
I shook Bill Trinnan's hand, everybody.
Reggie's
Mike,
body
I was like,
ready.
Mike, let's go get a photo with Bill Trinan, and then he like froze up, and he's like, nah.
That's not what happened.
But yeah, Mike actually went up to Bill Trinan,
I got a picture with Gus.
and then Mike and I also walked by Koizumi from Nintendo, the creator of Mario Odyssey.
Yep.
Remember, he was like walking out of the media booth. He didn't even have any security on him.
No,
but
he
we
was just,
didn't-
like, by himself.
and we didn't even like go up to him or anything. He was just like chilling.
I don't think he would have understood us if we said hi, but
No,
I got a picture with Gus from Rooster Teeth. I'm excited.
yeah, I got pictures with a bunch of
lots
people.
pictures. Yeah, Game Explain for those who know Game Explain.
Like kind of funny, some Funhouse, bunch of people.
Per
IGN
Schneider,
people.
Steve Butts.
Did
Yeah.
you hang on? Did you do it right and plug our podcast every single time, or
No,
did you hand
not
them
at
like
all.
a card and be like, "Here"?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wrote on their hand.
Like, don't worry, don't watch this ever. It's gonna be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now what?
All right, so this is by far the longest podcast we have ever done. We apologize, but it's E3. We'll drop it down
Yeah,
again.
I'm getting hot. My ears getting all fucked up.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll
That's
drop
what
it
she
down
said.
to the normal 45 minutes we usually we
Well,
normally
this is
do.
obviously a special podcast.
Yes.
Not only are we missing a lot of time, but lots to talk about.
Yes.
Mike's being harassed by a dog.
I am
Matt's not
currently.
being
That's
harassed
why I
by a
kind of
dog.
froze up there.
I
You
saw that
noticed?
happen.
It was very intimidating.
That's fine.
I think your dog thought you were him. Or
It's okay.
I
That
was
you were him.
I was you. That I was you. Sorry,
It's
I don't
okay.
know where I'm going with
All
this.
right, Matt, take us home.
Anyway, we are home. Well, I'm home.
Well, we're not
you.
home.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. As usual, if you have any questions, you can email us at nothingbutgamespodcast@gmail.com. Links always in the
I
description.
think that's a record. 1 hour and 40 minutes in
Yeah.
for when we're plugging that email.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
a record.
Please email us. We would absolutely love to hear feedback. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.
And cut.